terrific journalist that was always sort of ahead of stories. And he said, "Hey, what do you think about the offer sheet for Joe Sakic for $21 million with 15 up front? How you doing?" Your mind goes to, oh, he's obviously kidding. He wants something else, but he wasn't kidding. And so, it's a punch. I was getting ready to go on vacation, so that's the right time to slam somebody. And that's what it was. So I was a neighbor, my dear friend Pierre Lacroix, and collaborator, lived across the cul-de-sac. So we met at the center of the cul-de-sac, and he just gave me this look like, wow, who'd have thunk? And then, what are you going to do? What's your plan, big guy? Because that's a lot of money. 30 years ago, that kind of contract was destabilizing, to say the least. And also, Dave Checkins had done his homework, right? That they had been smart enough to, because we were publicly traded and we were a young company. He looked at the balance sheet and said, "Hey, look how much money they have in the bank. So we offer $1 more." It's going to knock their company on their ear. They're going to have to take 5 picks. So, given that he had Richter and he had, the greatest player of all time, Wayne Gretzky, and by the way, Joe Sakic's idol, that was going to be a powerful team. And having just lost Messier, he needed to do something. And so he did the right thing. He said, what the heck? There's a chance they aren't going to be able to pull it off. And at least I'm making an effort. And so I felt pretty beat up, candidly.
Follow every second of the action on NHL Network Radio. From behind the bench to every play on the ice. If it's hockey, it's on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. SiriusXM 91.
I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM NHL schedule for Thursday, January the 23rd. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NHL, 7 p.m., Boston Bruins take on the Ottawa Senators. Bruins on SiriusXM channels 91, Internet 921. Senators on Internet 939. 7 p.m., New York Rangers face the Philadelphia Flyers. Rangers on Sirius 209, XM 220, and Internet 938. Flyers on Internet 940. 7 p.m., Detroit Red Wings face the Montreal Canadiens. Red Wings on Sirius 208, XM 219, and Internet 929. Canadiens on Internet 934. 7 p.m., Carolina Hurricanes face the Columbus Blue Jackets. Hurricanes on Sirius 210, XM 221, and Internet 924. Blue Jackets on Internet 927. 8 p.m., St. Louis Blues face the Vegas Golden Knights. Blues on Sirius 211, XM 222, and Internet 944. Knights on Internet 949. 8 p.m., Minnesota Wild face the Utah Hockey Club. Wild on XM 223, Internet 933. Utah on Internet 947. 9 p.m., Calgary Flames face the Buffalo Sabres. Flames on XM 201, Internet 923. Sabres on Internet 922. 9 p.m., Edmonton Oilers take on the Vancouver Canucks. Oilers on XM 202, Internet 930. Canucks on Internet 948. 10 p.m., Anaheim Ducks face the Pittsburgh Penguins. Ducks on Sirius 208, XM 219, and Internet 920. Penguins on Internet 941. 10 p.m., Seattle Kraken takes on the Washington Capitals. Kraken on Sirius XM channels 91, Internet 943. Capitals on Internet 950. 10:30 p.m., San Jose Sharks face the Nashville Predators. Sharks on Sirius 209, XM 220, and Internet 942. Predators on Internet 935. For 24/7 coverage of the NHL season and hockey across the world, keep it locked on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio, channel 91. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM NHL schedule for Thursday, January the 23rd. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates.
SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio is the place for expert advice, strategy, and information from the best fantasy sports analysis to win your league. Plus, hear pick-by-pick coverage of live drafts and interviews with top players, coaches, and team executives on SiriusXM 87.
Mark Messier is a 6-time Stanley Cup champion. He won 5 with the Edmonton Oilers and 1 with the New York Rangers, and is the only player to captain 2 teams to Stanley Cup championships. In Edmonton, after winning back-to-back Stanley Cup championships in 1984 and 85, it wasn't until 1987 where the team would win their 3rd Stanley Cup championship. Speaking on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio, Messier joined Scott Laughlin for the morning skate on SiriusXM Channel 91 to talk about what it was like to win that 1987 Stanley Cup Finals series against the Philadelphia Flyers, despite blowing a 3-1 series lead and having to win it in a Game 7.
Mark, let's go.
You're listening to NHL Play-by-Play on SiriusXM.
The fireworks are in the air. Here comes the confetti from high atop the Joe Louis Arena.
This is Detroit Red Wings hockey. The Red Wings Tonight is brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. Confidence comes with every card.
Tuesday night, Philadelphia, the Red Wings picked up a point, but lost to 2-1 overtime decisions to the Philadelphia Flyers.
Head coach Martin St. Louis, the Montreal Canadiens, one of the hottest teams right now in the National Hockey League, 52 points on the season and coming off a 3-2 victory against the Tampa Bay Lightning.
The Red Wings open up a 3-game homestand live from Little Caesars Arena in the district Detroit. It's the Red Wings, the Montreal Canadiens tonight.
Detroit Red Wings hockey.
Brought to you by the Sam Bernstein Law Firm, Corwell Health, Jack Demmer Ford, Family Heating, Cooling, and Electrical, Metro Detroit Chevrolet Dealers, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, Jack Demmer Lincoln, Detroit Area Toyota Dealers, Wallside Windows, Meyer, McLaren Health, United Wholesale Mortgage, Feiger Law, Chevrolet, Rocket Mortgage, Priority, and Little Caesars.
This is Detroit Red Wings hockey.
At Meijer, we work hard to bring more of the good life to your life, so you can bring home more perfectly plump and flavorful produce picked for precise freshness, beautifully marbled, beyond brag-worthy certified Angus beef, and more must-have money-saving M-Perks rewards. Because saving more on local favorites is good, but bringing home more of what you love in every trip, that's the good life. We do more to make life a good deal better at Meijer.
At McLaren, we know that when you need emergency care, the waiting room is the last place you want to be. Which is why we offer online check-in for non-life-threatening conditions, so you can check into your local McLaren ER right from your home. Just visit mclaren.org/ER and select a time that fits your schedule. The next time you need expert ER care, check in online, so the waiting room can be your living room. That's mclaren.org/ER.
Let's face off with Daniela Bruce.
Welcome everybody inside Little Caesars Arena for tonight's matchup between the Red Wings and the visiting Montreal Canadiens. The Red Wings are coming off of a 2-1 OT loss in Philly, capping off a 1-2-1 road trip in which the Red Wings picked up 3 of a possible 8 points. Ben Sherratt scored that lone goal in the game against Philly. Elmer Soderblom got the call up earlier this week and played in his first game this time around on Tuesday. He's playing with Michael Rasmussen and Christian Fischer. Tyler Mott and Jeff Petrie are still out, will remain out tonight. Both skated this morning and are inching closer to a return. New to our injured list, unfortunately, is forward Patrick Kane. He'll be out tonight with an upper body injury. Joe Veleno will get back in the lineup. Vladimir Tarasenko will skate alongside Alex DeBrincat and Andrew Kopp on that second line. Montreal, an interesting team this year. They've won 7 of their last 10 games and are playing some really good hockey as of late. The Canadiens are right in the mix for that last wild card spot in the East, currently even with Ottawa Ottawa and Boston at 52 points. Ottawa holds that wild card spot as of today. Nick Suzuki leads the Canadiens with 47 points, and Cole Caulfield follows with 44. The action is coming up shortly, but next, Red Wings head coach Todd McLellan will join Ken Kell with a closer look at today's matchup with the Montreal Canadiens right here on the Detroit Red Wings Radio Network.
It's Toyota truck and all-wheel drive season with more all-wheel drive choices than anyone else, including the best-selling RAV4. Now through February 3rd, get 4.99 APR financing on new gas-powered 24 or 25 RAV4s. Or lease a gas-powered 25 RAV4 LE for $339 a month for 36 months with $32.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS. Tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
J.P. Weiser's Canadian Whiskey is a proud partner of the Detroit Red Wings. Sure, we could have teamed up with Toronto, or Montreal, or even Ottawa. But we'd rather support our neighbors across the river because we've been doing things our way since 1857. So grab a bottle of our smooth, new 10-year-old whiskey and taste what it means to be wisely done.
Inside the locker room.
Red Wings back home. Tonight they take on the Montreal Canadiens with this pregame show. Red Wing head coach Todd McLellan. Inside the Locker Room is brought to you by Meijer, proud hometown partner of the Detroit Red Wings. Well, Todd, the Red Wings back home, and your thoughts about the game against Philadelphia.
Well, in retrospect, I think looking at the trip as a whole, Philly was probably our best game. For a number of different reasons, less the offense. That's probably what let us down. We didn't finish on some of our opportunities that we did have. I'm thinking right down to the 2-on-1 that Patrick Kane had at the end of the game, and then it came back and went in our net. So, but the Philly game was the best one I thought that we played on the trip for a team effort, for being positionally sound, and as I mentioned, less the offense. But we'll find a way to fix that.
What are your overall impressions of Elmer Soderblom, who came in and played?
I thought he had a tremendous start. Really got out of the gate real well. Exactly what we were looking for. He looked confident. He looked like he belonged. Better puck skills than I thought we might get from a big man. So that's a real positive thing. He used his body and size to create turnovers for teammates, back checking, the long reach. And I thought that line somehow quickly developed an identity. I think I mentioned that after the game, that they played with size. They played with an attacking mentality. They went to the net. Didn't spend a lot of time in our zone, so it was a positive night for those three.
You moved Michael Rasmussen to the center ice position. How did you feel he played?
Thought he did a real good job, but we expect that from him. I think if I was saying anything else, we would be disappointed, but Ras has been around for a while now. He's a big man, obviously, that has experience. He knows what to expect in buildings and around the league and against opponents. We expect a lot from him, so he did a good job that night.
Todd, where do you think the team is at right now?
Where I think we are right now is we're changing the way we do some things, and the crossover between old and new is getting picked up by 5 or 6 guys real well, and then there's another 5 or 6 that are kind of caught in between, and there's 2 or 3 that haven't even got there yet. And when you have that going on, there's some disarray in certain situations. You can see some of the mistakes we make where it looks like it should automatically happen. Somebody's thinking something else. I don't base our growth purely on wins and losses. I look at how we play and how we need to play, and if we're moving that train forward, then we're happy. Obviously the wins are important, but we just have to get better as a team, and that's what we're striving for.
What's the overall health of Patrick Kane?
Patty's out tonight, will not play against Montreal, and we'll see where he is tomorrow when practice rolls around.
Do you feel that this is a great opportunity for Vladimir Tarasenko to fill in?
Vladdy or whoever else may end up on that line. We'll start with Vladdy there, but I'm sure Vladdy's been waiting for this chance, and the team's been waiting for Vladdy to blossom and perform. He had his 2-goal outing here not long ago, and we'd like to see him build on that. I thought overall in the road trip he played an adequate game. He was heavy and physical when he needed to be. Just we need that pace of offense to pick up a little bit quicker, and tonight he'll get that chance.
Red Wings played the Montreal Canadiens in December, back-to-back games. Red Wings didn't win either of those contests, but this team has been on fire of late. What are your overall impressions of the Canadiens?
Well, they are on fire. They've got a ton of confidence. For the most part, they're a healthy team, so they're getting the players in the lineup that they need. Starts with their goaltenders. Both have played very well, and it just goes from there. So the team is starting to be, has been around Marty for a while now, and he's done a tremendous job. So they're starting to play to his identity, to play what he wants, and the players have bought in. They made some nice changes to their team, so they're certainly a team that's knocking on the door.
Changes in the lineup, what would they be tonight against Montreal?
Well, obviously, Patrick Kane's coming out, and Joe Valeno's going in. Our goaltender will be Talbot tonight.
Daniela Bruce standing by. She'll take you around the league.
Around the League with Daniela Bruce.
Around the League is brought to you by Bud Light, the official beer of the Detroit Red Wings. Former Michigan Wolverine Adam Fantilli had quite the night last night for the Columbus Blue Jackets. The Jackets were in Toronto, and Fantilli got the scoring started with a shorthanded goal in the first period. Fantilli scored again in the second, putting the Jackets up 3-0 at that point. Here he is again in the third period.
Blue Jackets pull the puck free. Dante Fabro puts it up the near wall. Kirill Marchenko has it with Fantilli. Fantilli gets the puck. He's looking for the empty net goal, and he scores! Adam Fantilli recording his second NHL hat trick.
Hat trick for Adam Fantilli leads Columbus to a 5-1 win over Toronto. The Jackets now sit in that top wildcard spot in the East with 53 points, and the Leafs, they're still on top of the Atlantic Division with 62 points. Toronto is off until Saturday, and Columbus is right back at it today in Carolina. Around the League is brought to you by Bud Light, the official beer of the Detroit Red Wings.
We are Feiger Law, the official law firm of the Detroit Red Wings. For over 70 years, Feiger Law has been your hometown team of trial lawyers for auto crashes, truck accidents, birth trauma, and injuries due to medical malpractice. Let our team of homegrown trial lawyers win big for you. Feiger Law, the official law firm of the Detroit Red Wings. All we do is win.
All we do is win.
Ohio Stadium, where the Wolverine and Buckeye States meet to throw fuel on a century-old rivalry. But this time, it's different. This time, the roles of red and blue are reversed. This time, it's hockey at the shoe.
Larkin with speed.
The Blue Jackets and Red Wings take it outside with the Navy Federal Credit Union NHL Stadium Series. Buy tickets now.
I'm a geologist, and Little Caesar Stuffed Crazy Crust Pizza is not only tastier than the Earth's crust, but it's the lowest price in stuffed crust. With a buttery garlic-flavored crust that's stuffed with cheese, geologists agree Stuffed Crazy Crust rocks. Let's rock!
Try Little Caesar Stuffed Crazy Crust for only $9.49.
Pizza.
Price comparison of Little Caesar Stuffed Crazy Crust Pizza against menu prices of comparable stuffed crust pizza from top national pizza chains, plus tax where applicable. Available at participating locations. Prices may vary. Prices higher in Alaska, Hawaii, and third-party online sites.
Little Caesars rocks!
At first, credit card debt can seem harmless, like a cute little baby goat. But let it get out of control, and your debt goes wild, and that is anything but cute. Tame your debt with Rocket Mortgage. Tap into your home's equity and get funds in a matter of days. Just visit tameyourdebt.com. Call 1-800-407-3944 for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender, licensed in all 50 states, NMLSconsumeraccess.org, number 3030.
At Corewell Health, we know time doesn't heal all wounds. Hard work, innovation, and we do. We're fighting cancer with proton therapy and music therapy. We're turning back the clock on Parkinson's with deep brain stimulation and outsmarting blood clots in seconds instead of days. Because this is your time to take control of your health. And it's time to show that together, we can. Corewell Health.
From the rink with Daniela Bruce.
Daniela Bruce joined today by Red Wings forward Elmer Soderblom. Elmer, you played in one game so far in your stint here with the Red Wings. How'd you feel out there against Philadelphia?
I felt pretty good. I mean, it was a fast-paced game and a tight game, but for myself, it felt pretty good.
And what are some of the things that maybe you thought you've improved on or felt a little better in that game?
I felt like I've improved my skating and my puck movement and my physicality and a little bit overall my game, so it felt good.
I'm assuming that's something that you were working on in Grand Rapids to be able to get back to the NHL. What was the message from the team, and what were some of the things that you did work on specifically with your time in Grand Rapids?
I mean, it was a lot of different things, but mostly I would say just being a reliable player, all over the ice, and use my physicality and my size to my advantage, and just play my game, but add a little bit more physicality and reliable player all over the ice and do the right things all over the ice. So I think that's the biggest thing I've been improving.
So when did you get the call that you were going to be coming to Detroit?
It was the day before the game, so I just catch a plane and went straight to Philly, so it went pretty smooth actually.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people know that the grind of the AHL is a little bit different when it comes to travel and everything like that, but how are you adjusting to that side of things in the NHL?
I mean, yeah, as I said, it's a big difference with the traveling, but I guess you just have to, do what you can with, for example, the bus rides and stuff down there. You just have to battle through it and find a way to get through it. But yeah, it's a big difference, but you just have to adjust and adapt to it.
Who have been some of the most influential people in Grand Rapids that you feel have really helped you elevate your game to the level of being called back to the NHL?
I think it's a lot of people, just everybody around the organization and the staff members and coaches and of course players around me, like players like Austin Watson. It's been good for me, I think, just watching him and see what he does and try to take some of it to my game. But at the same time, it's been like a mix between a lot of people and just myself, like seeing what I have to do and just learning over the years what it takes to play at this level. So it feels like I'm getting better and better and figuring it out.
What are your early impressions of head coach Todd McLellan?
Feels like he's a really good coach and knows what he's doing and explains the things in a simple way and feels like he has a plan for how we should win games. So yeah, so far it's been really good.
Has he had any one-on-one time with you or told you anything that he expects of you?
I've talked a little bit to him the first game and then sat down with other coaches and just went through the systems and the small changes. So so far it's been really good.
Well, good to have you back, Elmer. Thank you for your time.
Thanks so much.
This has been Daniela Bruce with Red Wings forward Elmer Soderblom. Now it's time for tonight's Keys to the Game.
Tonight's Keys to the Game.
Hi again, everybody. The Red Wings are back in Motown as they take on the Montreal Canadiens. First of three straight here in front of the home crowd, along with Daniela Bruce, Paul Woods. I'm Ken Kell. Red Wings Paul picked up a point their last game, a 2-1 overtime loss to the Philadelphia Flyers.
Well, I agree with head coach Todd McLellan. His assessment of the game against Philadelphia, I thought it was the best the game the Wings played as well in that 4-game road trip. And again, they had some good stretches of good hockey, a long stretch of good hockey against both the Tampa Bay and the Dallas Stars, and just sort of had a mental lapse in both games. The next thing you know, they lost the game. So I think they figured out the way they have to play. They were much more tenacious against the Flyers, and they'll have to continue against the Montreal Canadiens. They're 5 games above 500. We're at even 500 now with 35 games left on the schedule for both teams. This is a very, very important game for Red Wings tonight on home ice.
Montreal Canadiens, they beat Tampa Bay in their last outing 3-2. This was a team that came out of nowhere, really. They were at 8th spot at one point earlier in the season, and now they've got 52 points.
They were lower than that. They're going to put the fork in them. They were talking about the massive change in Montreal. They were patting themselves on the back for a rebuild, and all of a sudden the rebuild wasn't working, but they got it together in the second half of the season. I got to give them credit. The trade of Patrick Laine made a huge difference. And again, he had a knee injury before he even played his first game, but he's given that offensive threat. They put him on that second line with Kirby Dach and Alex Newhook, and all of a sudden that's a very effective line. 10 power play goals on the season for Patrick Laine. The thing about Montreal, though, is his third and fourth lines are weapons. Christian Dvorak, Brendan Gallagher, and Josh Hand, the third line. Bazzetta's in there because Heinen, a rookie forward, injured right now, and Jake Evans and Joel Armia. Those 6 bottom forwards really get things going for the Montreal Canadiens, and that's what the Wings need, and all of a sudden they got that against Philadelphia. I agree again, Michael Rasmussen, Fisher, and Elmer Soderblom, very, very effective against the Philadelphia Flyers, and all of a sudden it went from the liability of our fourth line to be a strength now on the team, so that's encouraging the Wings as well.
Well, the Red Wings, they have to do some scoring and can't rely on the power play. That 5-on-5 play is going to have to be critical, and they need some 5-on-5 goals here tonight against the Canadiens.
But again, if you don't give the other team any goals, they don't score a goal in the game, you're picking up at least a single point. So tenacious defense is a lot of the foundation of good offense. You're playing tight defensively, you will get some breaks, and sometimes teams become impatient. They try and force the issue, and that's where you can hurt them. So I don't mind the lack of offense, but again, that tenacious defense, be involved in every game. All 4 lines need to be contributing. Very important game, and Cam Talbot, the veteran goaltender, needs to be strong in goal against a team that's got some real good confidence right now, the Canadiens.
Now the Red Wings are 1-3-1 in their last 5 contests, and they have 47 points right now, 5 points out of that final wild card spot.
But again, no one knows what's going to happen next. Who would have predicted the Wings would go on a 7-game winning streak? Who would predict San Jose would walk into Detroit and beat the Red Wings? The Wings would go on the road and beat the Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. The only thing today about today's NHL, nobody knows what's going to happen next. Both teams, 35 games left in their schedule. Every game, every point, critical now.
Injury report brought to you by McLaren Healthcare, doing what's best. Jeff Petrie, undisclosed injury, although he did practice with the team, as well as Tyler Mott today, so they're close to coming back. Tyler Mott with an upper body injury. Patrick Kane, upper body injury. He will not play in this game tonight. Enjoy the game, everybody. Red Wings and Canadiens coming up next on the Detroit Red Wings Radio Network.
It's 2025 all year long, but Wallside's extra 20% off the sale price ends Saturday. An extra 20% off for cash when you call by Saturday, January 25th. Plus, half off every Wallside window or get 5 years no interest, no down payment. An extra 20% off every Wallside window ends Saturday, January 25th. Call Wallside today, 1-800-521-7800 or go to wallside.com.
I'm Dan Campbell, head coach of the Detroit Lions. Grit, honesty, hustle, these things are important to me, and that's why I partnered with the Bernsteins. They work quickly to make things right after an accident. They do it with compassion and integrity, and they do it for Michigan families like yours. That's why calling Sam is the best call you can make if you're injured in an accident. The Bernsteins, great family, great lawyers. If you're injured in an accident, get the Bernstein advantage.
Injured? 1-800-CALL-SAM.
When your inner freak is ready to let loose, there's no better place to satisfy its hunger than Sheetz. Want a pile of fries loaded with cheese and peppers? No problem. Want to cram a whole chicken patty into a peanut butter milkshake for some reason? Sheetz has you covered. The options are limitless, and they'll never judge. No matter how you want to feed your freak, Sheetz has your back, so you never have to be afraid to give in to that craving and say, why the Sheetz not?
Face-Off is just moments away as we pause for station identification on the Detroit Red Wings Radio Network.
Everything is better on ice.
Goes his way in. Provo cuts it and scores!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
We held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And that's tonight's vocalist, Dina Shields, before this game tonight. Third meeting of the season right now between the Red Wings and the Montreal Canadiens. Let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups. They're brought to you by Wallside Windows. We can do that. We are the factory. Just call us today for a free estimate as the Red Wings try to get the 2 points. 21-5 on the season. Montreal Canadiens 24-19-4. They've got 52 points as we are set for the horn blow. And one of your all-time favorites, Jakob Kindl, blowing the horn here tonight.
It's good to see the Red Wing uniform to see Jakob Kindl back in Detroit watching the game tonight. Sam Multiple, the starting goaltender in Montreal, 17 wins, 8.99 save percentage. He's part of Canada's team, the Four Nations tournament. Back on the blue line, it will be Caden Akul, Alexander Carrier, and up front will be the third line, Christian Dvorak, Josh Anderson, and Brendan Gallagher. Puck is dropped, the game's underway.
Cam Talbot in goal for the Red Wings, Simon Edvinsson, Albert Johansson on the blue line, JT Comfort, Joe Valeno, and Jonathan Berggren up front. Third meeting of the season of 4 as the Red Wings control. Edvinsson lost the puck. It comes out to Gallagher at center ice. He's tied up by Edvinsson. Gallagher gets it again, always working hard, moves it in behind the Red Wing goal. Puck steered up the left side. Valeno drops it back. Now gets the return feed from Comfer as he lifts it softly around the boards and behind the Montreal net.
This is the second pair, very good in the last 2 games for Detroit. It's Albert Johansson, Simon Edvinsson to start the game. JT Comfer's got it down low. Good save of the pad by Montembeault.
The left circle, Edvinsson feeds it into the slot. It bounced away off a Canadian stick out to center, and the Wings took it in over the blue line. It's offside, so a quick whistle and a face-off coming up in front of the Canadiens bench.
And so many important games around the National Hockey League involving Eastern Conference team, Columbus. The red-hot Columbus Blue Jackets on the road against Carolina. That'll be a battle there. Ottawa and Boston, they're battling for the playoff lives. That one's in Boston, signing the Philadelphia Flyers. Fresh off that victory against the Red Wings in New York at Madison Square Garden against the Rangers. Later on, Buffalo, Calgary, and Pittsburgh in Anaheim.
Big bout yesterday between Ryan Reeves and Olivier of the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Well, I'll tell you what, that Columbus Blue Jacket team, that is an amazing group. 6 different players into the Blue Jackets and walking in Toronto and beat them 5-1. What a job by Dean Evanson, the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Now here's a centering attempt from in behind the Red Wing goal by Nick Suzuki. Broken up. The Wings come back 3-on-2. Larkin with a feed over the line to Raymond. Tried to send it across, and that one's deflected off the leg of Lane Hudson, the young defender for the Canadiens. Puck goes down the ice into the Red Wing zone, and Talbot to lift it around the left wing boards for Marco Kasper.
The young defenseman doesn't play like it. Leads all rookies in scoring right now in the National Hockey League. Right now, I think he would definitely be the favorite to win the Calder Trophy.
He's like 6th in the National Hockey League amongst defensemen scoring, too, as the Canadiens will dump it in.
39 points on the season for Lane Hudson.
Dynamic hockey player, no score first period. Here's Tarasenko up the right wing boards, chipping it to the Montreal blue line. Coming back to pick it up, Alex Newhook. Slides it over to the right side of the ice. And it's out to center now and shot to the Detroit blue line. Puck comes back out to center. Canadiens control along the right side, and now it's flipped down into the Detroit zone, and hustling after that puck in the right corner. That is Evans. He's checked it along the boards. Now sent around the near side. Canadiens have it. Bounce back towards the blue line. Savard wrist shot and gloving it off. Low to the ice, Cam Talbot.
And big games last night. The New Jersey Devils and the Red Wings a favor, knocking off the Boston Bruins. The Bruins again at hometown against Ottawa. They've been struggling. Columbus a big 5-1 victory against the Maple Leafs. Winnipeg Jets without Adam Lowry, the third center iceman. It's a big loss. Beat Colorado in Colorado. Sudden death overtime. The LA Kings held on for a 2-1 home victory against the Florida Panthers, who suddenly are struggling in the Eastern Conference.
2 minutes and 8 seconds gone by here in the opening period. No score. Red Wings are attacking right to left. Joel Armia. It's a thorn in the paw. The Red Wings trying to work it loose, and now it's picked up by Edvinsson in the far corner. Armia in pursuit. Edvinsson strides out to center ice. Has an opening. Carries over the line. Got a wrist shot away, and Montembeault, the goaltender, will hang on with a glove hand.
Pretty impressive. See, this guy's done, Simon Edvinsson, since starting the season. Big, tall defenseman, still 22 years of age and playing at a very high level right now for the Red Wings.
Well, the Red Wings have some size now. That's something maybe in years gone by they didn't have. Soderblom came up from Grand Rapids. He's a big, tall forward. Then you've got Edvinsson and Sider on the blue line.
And you can do the math on fourth the line now. Their total weight adds up to 676 pounds, 246 for Soderblom, 225 for Michael Rasmussen. And Christian Fischer, just 6 feet tall, 205 pounds. That's one of the biggest lines now in the National Hockey League. Went from having the smallest fourth lines to one of the biggest, and they had a big effect in that last game against the Flyers.
Sound like a wrestling announcer and announcing a tag team combination weight.
Think of those guys there. They all have a good skill level as well, and that makes them difficult to play against. And that's what Wings want to get. The Montreal Canadiens have it right now, getting lots of quality shifts in the third and fourth lines.
No score in the hockey game as Edvinsson lays it up the left wing boards, and Rasmussen to chip it down the ice. Red Wings change quickly on the go defensively. Soderblom with a hit in behind the Montreal net. Canadiens bring it ahead. Out to center ice. It's lifted into the Detroit zone. Broken up. Comfort comes back the other way with Soderblom. It's got a trailer in Sherratt. Comfort tried to slide it across, and Carrier on his knees to knock it away. He blocked that centering pass. Canadiens dump it down the ice. Sider will pick it up in front of his own goal and now head quickly out the center for Detroit. Steers it up the left wing wall for Berggren, who moves down low, feathers that puck around the boards, right side for Comfer. JT shoots it to the front of the goal, sticked away by Montembeault. Long lead pass out to center. Here's Anderson flying in, and a good defensive play by Seider, knocking the puck away from the forward Josh Anderson. Wings back the other way over on the right side as intercepted now. Jack Guy to pick it up and lay it out to center ice. Canadians up across the Red Wing line. Anderson coming back hard to lift his stick and steal. Joe Valeno.
There's tenacious defense for the Red Wings, led by Moritz Seider. What a beautiful play that was, getting the puck away from Josh Anderson. Big, strong power forward for Canadians.
Good plays by the Red Wings, coming back hard inside their own zone before they could get the shot away as it comes up the right side. Nick Suzuki over the Red Wing line. Drop pass moving in, left circle, a shot by Matheson, broken up in front of Talbot, and the Red Wings bounce it out to center. Now Larkin handles it for Detroit. Over the line, shoots the puck, and gloved off by Montembeault. This is game number 700. Hard to believe in the career of Dylan Larkin.
He's got 17 wins. The story right now is the backup goaltender, Jacob Dobes, a Czechoslovakian-born goaltender. He's played 5 games now in the NHL. He has 5 wins to his credit. Yes, the Tate defeat. 1.55 goals against average, an outstanding .941 save percentage.
This came out of nowhere, too. Just play an outstanding goal for Montreal.
He was in the American League, and again, Caden DePrimo was the backup goaltender, but he wasn't playing well. Goaltending or lack of was a big issue for the Montreal Canadiens, but all of a sudden they're much stronger at that position.
No score in the hockey game. The Canadians attacking left to right. They're in the white jerseys with the blue pants, red trim. Raymond to Larkin, down the middle, over the blue line, past to Marco Kasper. He's checked. And it comes back towards the blue line. Johansson barely held it in to get it over to Rasmussen. And now into the corner. It bounces over right out in front of the goal. And Suzuki drops it back. And scooping it up there is Goulet.
Another good play by Albert Johansson. That puck gets it by him. It's a clear-cut breakaway for Nick Suzuki.
Suzuki trying to cut between defenders. Had it knocked away. Kopp hands it off. And Tarasenko, long lead pass over the blue line. Falling down. That was DeBrincat. And it goes into the corner. He tried to split through the defense that time. Now here's a pass and a shot taken by Sherrod after DeBrincat gave him the pass and a kick pad save from Montembeault.
And Ben Sherrod played some good season with Montreal Canadiens for the Stanley Cup final with Montreal.
Red Wings with a couple good scoring chances. Still no score in the hockey game. 14:45 to play in the first. DeBrincat now to Tarasenko, left wing boards. Slides it into the corner away from Kirby Dach. Kopp wings it back on the line to Ben Sherrod. Slides it over. Seider bounced it off the boards purposely wide to the goal, looking for a tip. Up the left wing now. It's Laine to play it to the blue line. Second effort comes back to Patrick Laine, but he had it stolen for a moment. Hudson to pick it up and behind his own goal. Lane Hudson starts the attack. Long stretch pass across the Red Wing line for Newhook, and he spins it in behind the Red Wing goal. Puck eluded Talbot. Look out. Here's a pass in the slot. A shot taken by Newhook. And sliding back between the pipes to make the save, Cam Talbot.
It's a big save right there, Cam Talbot. Caused his own problem. Quick response, though. Canadians off the board.
Laine delivers a pass across to Savard up the right wing. Steers it to the side of the Detroit goal, and this is an icing call against the Montreal Canadiens.
That's going to be a nightmare. They must wake up at night, the goaltenders. They make a mistake like that, go and try and play the puck, and they miss the play of the puck, and now the net's wide open. They got to get back in there. His blood pressure definitely went up there, but got to give him credit. He got back quickly and made a good blocker save.
Talbot actually looked pretty calm getting back between the pipes, but his eyes were as big as saucers right there.
Especially in a scoreless tie in a very important game like this. And again, 5-point lead for the Canadiens over the Red Wings in the Eastern Conference playoff standings.
The Red Wings have had a hard time getting the lead over the last 3 games. Had the lead against the Florida Panthers, won that hockey game 5-2. Here's Hall now down low in the right corner, pitching it in behind the net. Savard sticked it up the wall, far wall. Raymond knocked to his knees, trying to get it behind the net. He does, and it swings into the corner and picking up Laine to tap it around the board, stolen by Larkin. Larkin in the Montreal zone. Right circle feed, Hall with a shot, save made with a pad of Montembeault, big rebound, but it comes through the stick of Evans, and he stood up as he lifts that puck up across the Detroit blue line. He's playing some solid defense here in the opening period. Scoreless tie, 13:10 to go in the first. On a change, Larkin to deflect it into the left corner in the Canadiens' end. Goulet tying up his man, rolls it around the board, scooping it up Rasmussen, got it back in the line. Johansson with a shot, got through, Montembeault made the save. Rasmussen fighting for possession in behind the goal. Chopped it into the corner, and now scooping it up Goulet up the left wing. Pass comes out to center ice. Evans dumped it over the Red Wing line. Now it's intercepted, choking up on the stick. Albert Johansson to tap it out to the red line, now into the Montreal end.
The young defenseman Albert Johansson, confidence just soaring now. Another quality shift by him.
Score in the hockey game, 12:30 to go. Mike Matheson circles in behind his own goal for Montreal. Lifts it up the right side. Gallagher to pump it to the Red Wing line. Sherrod intercepted it. Gallagher stole the puck, moved it down low into the right corner. Christian Dvorak tied up by Sider. Sider working him over, and behind the Detroit goal, it comes out to Gallagher, trying to play a shot in front, broken up, and the Wings will tap it down the ice. Foot race, but it's going to go right to Montembeault, the goaltender, and he'll play it away from an oncoming Berggren. Now a long pass out the center. Sider broke it up. Canadians now tap it over the line. Here's Gallagher with a shot, and he fired a wrister wide of the goal. Dvorak holds it in. Drives it around the end boards. Matheson skates into the corner, cuts to the front of the goal, now moves in behind the net. Lane was shut down in a hurry by the Red Wing defense. Red Wing player lost the stick. Berggren picks it up calmly as that play is still inside the Red Wing end. And now Sider, 3-on-1, back the other way. Sider over the line, over to Berggren, right circle, moving wide. Backhand try off the glove of Montembeault. And the Canadians to dump it out of harm's way and out to center ice. Wings come back, and DeBrincat had it chopped away by Dvorak, and this one travels all the way down the ice. Icing called against Montreal. 11:23 to go. Scoreless tie here in the opening period.
It's definitely a game of milestones. Dylan Larkin got a milestone tonight. Played a lot of games in the National Hockey League. Patrick Laine, his 500th game in the NHL. Christian Dvorak, he's a veteran center iceman, played in Arizona before this. 500 games. And Brendan Gallagher, 800 games for the Montreal Canadiens. I'm really starting to think that maybe his career was coming to an end, but he's rejuvenated himself and much stronger and very effective in that third line so far this season.
The thing about Gallagher is he's a hard-working guy. 5th-round draft pick in the 2010 draft.
He definitely is one of the two leaders now in this Montreal Canadian team, and they get a lot of mileage out of that third and fourth line.
First period of tonight's game brought to you by Meyer, proud hometown partner of the Detroit Red Wings.
Face-off won by Detroit. Good job, Andrew Kopp. A good scoring chance by Alex DeBrincat. Puts his stick on the ice. He said he wants from Tarasenko. Hangs on to it.
Edmondson holds it in at the left point. Steers it down low to Kopp. He'll play it around the boards. Tarasenko in pursuit in the corner. Hands it off to DeBrincat. Alex DeBrincat, top of the right circle. Feeds it over. Left side Edmondson. Pass in front for Tarasenko off his stick. And the Canadians come racing back out to center ice. Lifted over the Detroit line. Now into the corner. And Talbot to clear it off the sideboards to Tarasenko.
And that time a smart play by Cam Talbot. Reversing the flow back in his own zone. That frustrates the opposing team's forecheckers.
Kovsky in deep for Montreal. Pass out the center. DeBrincat. Now to Larkin, skating after the puck in the corner, and he's chased down by Gooley, and now Hudson will jam it up the left wing boards. Not out. Wings hold it in. Larkin pitched it in front for Raymond, who knocked it out of midair, but that one wide of the Montreal goal.
I'm sure it would have counted if it had gone in the net. That stick was up at least to his shoulder.
He's forcing the issue. Top line out there for Todd McClellan's club. Raymond fends off a check from behind. Now cuts to the high slot on his backhand, and it was tapped away, and now Caulfield to dump it down to the Red Wing blue line. Quickly ahead to Raymond, up across the Montreal blue line, charges in behind the Canadiens' goal, flipped the backhand, tried to go upstairs from a sharp angle, Montembeault to save. Hard chipped it up the right side, Cole Caulfield to stick that puck down into the Detroit zone. First foot race for the puck, but Talbot's going to knock it away from an oncoming Patrick Laine. And the Wings on a change, dump it down the ice into the Canadiens' end.
Hey, more good work by Lucas Raymond, the offensive zone. Ability to hang on that to puck and sticking around Montreal defense, the NHL level. Not an easy thing to do. Generate a couple of good scoring chances. Continues to lead the Brevinson scoring. Lucas Raymond.
Valeno trying to punch the puck away from Doc. Rolled it around the boards, held in at the left point. Sider to intercept for Detroit. Swings it around the near side of the ice for Jonathan Berggren. He'll pop it out the center. Comfort checked along the penalty box area by Jack Guy, the tough defenseman for Montreal, and settling it down to Savard.
I got Michael Pizzette in the lineup tonight in that fourth line. He's another guy who fits that description as a tough guy.
No score in the hockey game. Game flying by here as Berggren gets the feed, now carries into the Montreal zone. Circles the net, fires it around the boards now for Michael Rasmussen in the corner. Played it back on the line. Here's Edmondson. Faking the shot, fires looking for a tip from Soderblom, and he couldn't knock it out of midair. Rasmussen in the corner, protecting the puck. Turns, fires to the front of the goal. Soderblom with a chance. Loose out in front. Soderblom takes a poke at it. pile up right out in front of Montembeau, who stops the puck before it going over the goal line.
Hall starts it back in behind that net. Michael Rasmussen gets that puck along the boards. Instead of wildly throwing it to an area, hangs on to it, picks his head up, gets it back to a left foot point defenseman. Wings then crash the front of that net. The shot gets through. Lots of traffic in front. And the Wings very close to taking a 1-0 lead. Another strong shift for the Red Wings fourth line.
Tonight's game brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, the official healthcare provider of the Detroit Red Wings radio network. Confidence comes with every card. Timeout, 8:36 to go. Opening period, no score between the Red Wings and the Canadiens. This is the Detroit Red Wings radio network.
At Meijer, we work hard to bring more of the good life to your life, so you can bring home more perfectly plump and flavorful produce picked for precise freshness, beautifully marbled beyond brag-worthy certified Angus beef, and more must-have money-saving M-Perks rewards. Because saving more on local favorites is good, but bringing home more of what you love in every trip, that's the good life. We do more to make life a good deal better at Meijer.
Get ready, Little Caesars Arena, because light beer just got better. And Sam Adams is here to elevate your game day experience. With the clean, crisp taste of American Light, you're not just grabbing any light beer, you're upgrading to the best in the game. It's smooth, easy drinking, and oh, so refreshing. You'll be reaching for another one in no time. Plus, American Light is brewed right here in the USA using all American sourced ingredients. Sam Adams American Light Beer. Because when life calls for a cold one, it's always Sam season.
Together, let's drive.
Washington finds a way to win one more and humble the Philadelphia Eagles. But what about the first period, Ken? I mean, I kind of feel like the Wings needed a period like this in the worst way. They get the DeBrincat goal with 4 seconds left, and overall, great start to being back home.
Well, I really thought the Red Wings played well in Philadelphia, and as Coach Todd McClellan said in our pregame show, probably the best game of all four on the road, even though the Red Wings beat Florida 5-2 in the first one. But I thought the Red Wings were on the attack in that opening period. They spent a lot of time. They got really good shots on goal. Montembeau made some big saves before Berggren even put the Red Wings on the board. And he's giving up those big, juicy rebounds, and that's another thing that the Red Wings need to do is get in those dangerous areas, get the rebounds, and try to fire them home. But good period by Dylan Larkin. I thought he was one of the Red Wings' best forwards. Lucas Raymond had a strong first period as well, and it's good to see the Red Wings get the lead. It's always easier to play with the lead as opposed to playing catch-up hockey like the Red Wings did in the last 3 games of the road trip.
Kenny, you mentioned Dylan Larkin, one of the best players in that first period. Can you believe it's been 700 games? That seems insane to me.
Yeah, it really does. And like I was telling Paul, I remember his first game, and it was against the Maple Leafs at Joe Louis Arena. And it was Mike Babcock who was the head coach of the Toronto Maple Leafs. And back then, Toronto was not a very good team. And, he took over a team that needed to rebuild. But, yet they got guys like Marner and Matthews. But I remember Larkin scoring a goal. I think it was in the first or second period. And I was saying, wow, this kid's pretty good. And the other thing I remember about Dylan Larkin was the coaches played him a lot in the preseason. And after every game, they were deciding, well, we can't send him down, or we can't make him start his season in Grand Rapids because he's our best forward out there. So he had a really good preseason, and he earned a spot on the team, and he's been here ever since competing hard.
I remember Mike Babcock said all he wanted was a pickup truck so he could drive through Toronto, and that didn't work out so well for him. I got one more for you, Ken, and I'm curious how you answer this. So, unfortunately, Bob Uecker passed away last week at the age of 90, and I know how much appreciation you have of the great broadcasters. You're one of the great broadcasters. Did you ever get a chance to meet Uke? What kind of guy was he like? And do you have an announcer that you felt about the way that the city and state of Wisconsin and the baseball world felt about Bob Uecker?
Well, I met him once. I remember filling in for Dan Dickerson. It was several years ago. The Tigers ended their season in Milwaukee, and I was asked to do the final 3 games of the season. Dan had to go somewhere. But anyway, in one of those games, I think it was the Saturday game. It was a Friday, Saturday, Sunday series. I stopped into the Milwaukee booth, and I had a chance to meet him. Now, I said hello and everything, but he talked a little bit, but not much to the conversation. But he just seemed like a genuine person. So I hung around a little bit by the door, and then he was telling a story about some pitcher when he played to somebody else that was in the booth. And it's just the way that he told the story that made it funny. I can't recall what the story was about, but he had that laugh about him too after when he was telling the story, and that dry sense of humor that just made everything funny. He was a great guy. And as far as announcers go, of course, Ernie Harwell was the guy that we all listened to growing up here in Detroit. And me being a hockey fan, I really liked Bud Lynch and Bruce Martin. And we're so lucky here in Detroit. When I was a kid growing up, we had Van Patrick was doing the Lions, and you had Bud and Bruce doing the Red Wings. You had Tom Hemingway actually was doing the Pistons. Then Blaha came around. So yeah, Ernie and Paul Carey doing the Tiger game. So we had some really good announcers when I was growing up, and just a pleasure to listen. And they're all great people too.
Yeah, I mean, if you ever get a chance, 19 minutes, watch the Bob Uecker Hall of Fame acceptance speech when he got inducted into Cooperstown. If you don't laugh at least 7 times out loud, I will give you your 20 minutes back. Ken Cal, thank you so much. We appreciate it. We'll catch you in the second period.
Yeah, he was like the Rodney Dangerfield of baseball players, right?
He did everything. He was the dad on Mr. Belvedere. He was in Major League. He did a ton of commercials. All right, I'm being told I got to wrap it up, but thank you, Kenny. We'll catch you in the second period. Coming up next, the Out-of-Town Scoreboard. You're listening to Detroit Red Wings Hockey.
J.P. Weiser's Canadian Whiskey is a proud partner of the Detroit Red Wings. Sure, we could have teamed up with Toronto, or Montreal, or even Ottawa. But we'd rather support our neighbors across the river because we've been doing things our way since 1857. So grab a bottle of our smooth, new 10-year-old whiskey and taste what it means to be wisely done.
If you're a Wings fan, you expect the best. That's why there's only one poker app for you. PokerStars, America's #1 poker app with more games, more players, more chances to win, and the most generous rewards program in the game. Plus, new customers get $100 in free play. Download the app and sign up today. 21 plus and present in Michigan. Opt-in and poker wager required within 5 days of sign-up. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable poker tournament tickets and casino site credit that expires in 7 days. See terms at PokerStars.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER for confidential help.
Huddle up, sports fans. If you're in the market for a new home loan or refi, here's a winning game plan. Start at mortgagematchup.com. We'll connect you with an expert right in your area. Now that's like getting your own first-round draft pick. And your home loan expert will deliver an experience that's faster, cheaper, and easier than going to a big bank or online lender. Go to mortgagematchup.com today. Powered by United Wholesale Mortgage LLC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 3038. Licensed in all 50 states and the District of Columbia.
We are Feiger Law, the official law firm of the Detroit Red Wings. For over 70 years, Feiger Law has been your hometown team of trial lawyers for auto crashes, truck accidents, birth trauma, and injuries due to medical malpractice. Let our team of homegrown trial lawyers win big for you. Feiger Law, the official law firm of the Detroit Red Wings. All we do is win.
All we do is win. Save time every time when you use online check-in for a great haircut at Great Clips, proud partner of the Detroit Red Wings. Download our app or check in online at greatclips.com. Great Clips, it's gonna be great.
Welcome on back. 1-800-CALL-SAM Studio. 2-0 Wings after 1. Check the out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Rocket Mortgage, Buy, Sell, Finance, and Save. Games going on right now. First intermission in Boston. Bruins and Sens are scoreless. Flyers trail the Rangers at MSG 2-1. Rangers playing some better hockey of late. That's in the first intermission. Also, Blue Jackets lead the Hurricanes in Carolina 2-0. Kent Johnson gets his 14th of the season. Later on tonight, Golden Knights and Blues in minutes, 8 o'clock. Utah at Minnesota, 8 o'clock as well. 9 o'clock, Sabres and Flames. Canucks and Oilers, 10 o'clock. Penguins and Ducks, and Capitals and Kraken. All right, let's get you back to downtown Detroit. 1 in the book, second just about to get going. Wings on top of the Habs. 2-0. Ken Cal, Paul Woods, Daniela Bruce. Guys, take it away.
Paul, just thinking back, I thought that first period was one of the better periods the Red Wings have played in the last 4 hockey games.
Oh, definitely. Maybe one of the better periods they've played all season long. We've got tenacious defense right now, timely scoring, solid goaltending when needed. Cam Talbot not too busy. Did make a couple of key saves, though. One was self-inflicted.
All right, Red Wings lead 2-0. We start the second period. The puck is in the Montreal zone into the corner. Raymond bumped off the puck. Lane Hudson got it back to the blue line. Carrier got it now to the Red Wing line and scooping it over. Sider to Ben Sherratt. Laid it up the left side. Deflected in by Casper to the side of Montembeault. Berggren and DeBrincat, the goal scorers for Detroit, both in the opening period. The puck along the right corner boards. Now it's a centering attempt from in behind the goal by Larkin. Off a stick and deflects back into the Red Wing end.
That's the other big thing about that opening period. Ritz Sider picked up an assist on a power play goal by Alex DeBrincat. The Red Wings are the best players. We're the best players in that opening period.
Wings trying to catch Montreal on the change. 2-on-1. Drop pass over the line. Valeno with a shot and going down to block it. That's Caden Gooley. Slow getting up. Puck comes to the Red Wing blue line. Newhook trying to get around Simon Edmondson, who swats it away. Line A is converged on, and now the puck picked up by Valeno, and he'll toss it over the Montreal line.
Jonathan Berggren scored a goal back in the opening period. He probably could have shot that puck himself, and that's been a good-looking second line with JT Comfort and Joe Valeno back in the lineup tonight.
Valeno, he's scored a couple of goals this year against Montreal. He always seems to have good games against these Canadiens.
Played in the Quebec Junior Hockey League for many years.
Minute and a half gone by, second period, 2-0 lead for Detroit. Lane Hudson inside his own zone will swing it over. Mike Matheson, rink wide back to Hudson in front of the penalty box. He chipped it to the Red Wing line. Wings batted out the center. Now Hudson again will lay it to the Red Wing line to Brendan Gallagher, cutting in on Edmondson, who stepped in front of him and took him off the puck. Gallagher still in pursuit, and now he hands it off. Edmondson does to Hall, and he'll dump it up the left wing. Still inside the Detroit zone, though, along the near wing, and now picking it up to Brinkett. Slides it on the reverse over on the left side for Hall, who dished it out the center, and Kopp to steer that puck across the Montreal blue line. Gallagher, feed pass over the line to Dvorak, and coming in at the last second to spin his man around Hall. Lead pass over the line now to DeBrincat. In front, wide open, Tarasenko with a chance. 2 shots and 2 saves by Montembeault. 2 great opportunities for Tarasenko, and Montembeault comes up big.
There's my example again about tenacious defense leads good offense. What a defensive play as you described by Justin Hall along the stretch of pass, and Vladimir Tarasenko had 2 whacks at it, looking for goal number 300 in the NHL.
A little bit in close on Montembeault, but still 2 good scoring chances.
And the rebound bounces past Andrew Kopp. That goes Andrew Kopp. It's 3-0 Detroit.
Rasmussen turns and snaps one to the front of the goal. Jack Guy with a little rough goings on with Rasmussen after Montembeault made the save. We approach the top of the hour. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Detroit Red Wings. Ready?
Here's the thing.
24/7
hockey. He missed the target. Draisaitl back the other way for the winners. Draisaitl scores!
Tonight's second period brought to you by Jack Demmer Automotive Group. Jack Demmer Ford, Jack Demmer Lincoln. Discover the Demmer difference. 2-0 in favor of the Detroit Red Wings. Armia took down his man, and behind the goal, that was Sider, I believe, as that puck rolls into the corner.
He's a big power forward, Slavkovsky. What a battle that is. Both those guys are big power players for respective teams. Clean breakup by the Montreal Canadiens, but more an inch from them here in period number 2.
Evans corralled along the far boards by Sider, and now a whistle and a roughing call coming up.
We got the arm up a little bit high that time, almost like a headlock on Jake Evans, the fourth-line center, one of the better fourth-line centers in the game of hockey. And this is a big loss for the Red Wings. And Rich Sider in the penalty box. He rarely picks up penalties for being so physical.
Michigan native Brian Pakmara with the call. Time of the penalty will be 3 minutes and 10 seconds of the second period. 2-0 Detroit. Second power play of the game coming up for Montreal. This Red Wing penalty kill brought to you by Corewell Health. No matter the challenge, their response is always the same: we can.
They've got some weapons and ranked 18th in the NHL, 30 power play goals, and of course the Wings are ranked 31st in penalty killing. They've allowed 38 power play goals against. This is a big moment of the hockey game.
Keep an eye on Patrick Laine. He likes to score with the man advantage. Red Wings win the draw, and Hall to fire it around the boards. Laine holds it in left point. Switched it now to Slavkovsky to Laine. Top of the left circle. Floats it down low, back to Laine. Likes to shoot the puck. There it is. A shot taken, knocked away by Talbot. Centering attempt comes back on the line to Lane Hudson. Out of Laine, one-time shot. Pad save by Talbot. Laine covers again, moves it down into the corner, pushed back to the point. Laine moves it quickly to the line. Nick Suzuki, right circle feed. Now a shot wide of the goal. There was a Canadian player trying to tip off the left goal post. The rebound off the boards out to center ice.
Comes Lane Hudson, their prize rookie defenseman. Not a good decision, but quickly back on the attack, the Canadians.
Laine now to the trailer. Hudson moving in, left circle, twisting and turning, trying to feed it out in front. It went off the skate blade of Justin Hall. Hudson in behind the Red Wing goal, pumped it back to Caulfield at the blue line. Cole Caulfield to Hudson, top of the right face-off circle. Working the perimeter, pass in front, and it's covered and along the left wing boards. Caulfield trying to dig it loose. Slavkovsky moved it back in the line to Patrick Laine. Shovels it over. Hudson with a shot blocked, and now a breakaway for the Red Wings. Kopp now racing in over the blue line. Now Montembeault scores! Short-handed goal for Andrew Kopp. Crowd erupts. It's 3-0 Detroit.
I just kept waiting to say the Wings going to get challenged in the penalty kill. Their best penalty killer in that penalty box from Rich Sutter. But what a job defensive by the Red Wings, keeping the Canadiens outside the power play. Couple of block shots. None bigger than Simon Evanson. It bounced off his skate into center ice. And Andrew Kopp, a breakaway from his own blue line, walks in there. Plenty of time. Makes a perfect shot past the glove of Montembeault. It's 3-0 Detroit.
The man trying to catch Kopp was Lane Hudson, but he couldn't do it. And he picked the corner of the net. Short-handed goal for Kopp. Another DTE Energy light the lamp goal for the Red Wings.
They're doing a great job with the penalty killers up front and back on the blue line. Simon Evanson out there with Justin Hall.
The Canadians had a short-handed goal in Montreal against Detroit. That was a backbreaker, and the Wings are hoping this is a backbreaker too. 3-0 Red Wings. New hook into the Red Wing zone. Pushes it to Gallagher. Checked hard to the ice by Sherratt in the slot. Here's Kirby Dach. Shooting it back to the blue line to Mike Matheson. 20 seconds to go in the Montreal power play. 3-0 lead for the Red Wings after the short-handed goal by Andrew Kopp. Gallagher down low, pushes it to Kirby Dach to the blue line. Matheson swings it over, right side. New hook with a shot, save made, and breaking his stick is Rasmussen. Here's a chance by Dach from the left circle, fired it wide. New hook pushed it back on the line. Red Wing player doesn't have a stick. Rasmussen out of the box, skates Sider. Quick check now. Here's a shot by Dvorak. That's off a skate into the corner. Referee jumping out of the way. Dvorak moves it quicker down low. Now comes back to Matheson with a shot. Save made on the doorstep. Here's a backhand try by Dach. Now a wraparound. And he scores. Canadians just never gave up, and they get on the board, and it's now the Red Wings 3 and Montreal 1.
Got to give them credit, you described, but neither Red Wings give up, and again, it's difficult to play defense back inside your blue line. A shorthanded situation, no stick. That's what Michael Rasmussen had to do. Looked like the Wings might get out of trouble. Started to get out of the penalty box. He got involved, but a bang-bang play, a wraparound attempt. Got to give Kirby Dach, the big center iceman, credit. He's hung with it. Actually scored from below the goal line, banking it in off the Red Wing player. Canadians have cut the lead. It's 3-1 Detroit.
Kopp scoring the short-handed goal at 4:25. Kirby Dach, even strength goal at 5:29 to put Montreal on the board.
Just such a game of seconds, and again, the Wings just could have got that puck out one last time. Could have killed off that. The penalty did kill off the Montreal power play. That's an even strength goal for the Canadians.
Tonight's game brought to you by Meijer, the official grocer of the Detroit Red Wings radio network. All of our plays under review this season brought to you by 1-800-CALL-SAM.
Just imagine that feeling in Michael Rasmussen's head when you got no stick to defend with. You got to skate around with your skates, your gloves, and try and defend.
Well, he was trying to clear the puck, and his stick just broke in two. All right, Kopp now rolls it right circle. Tarasenko trying to push it out in front of the goal. Joel Armia steals and feathers it up the left wing boards inside the Red Wing end. Gustafson got it out to center. Evans played it out to center over the line. Thought there was a whistle there, but the play continues. Kopp in front of the penalty box, works it off the glass and behind the Montreal goal.
Well, the Wings got to get back to work now. Got a 2-goal lead early in the second at Perez. Spend more time in the offensive zone. Here comes Montreal, fast-breaking 3-on-2.
Evans with a feed over the line. Carrier with a shot. Handcuffed Talbot, who made the save.
Bothering that shot by Carrier. He's a defenseman that got the Nashville Predators. Ever since he came to Montreal, they've been a much better team.
13:35 to go, second period. 3-1 lead. DeBrincat with a feed in front for Raymond. Had his stick lifted as he was ready to shoot the puck on Montembeault. Now the Canadiens will be called for icing.
What a great play by Alex DeBrincat down low. Perfect centering pass. And Lucas Raymond gets it right in the slot area. Just as he's going to shoot it, Nick Suzuki lifts his stick from behind and probably saved the goal right there for the Montreal Canadiens.
Mentioned the Nashville Predators, Paul. Philip Forsberg on an 8-game point streak. And the Predators, they've won 4 straight.
Yeah, a lot of the offense has gotten much stronger there, but I don't know. That's still a team that just gives up a lot of goals against. And Dante Fabro's another player, another defenseman let go of the Nashville Predators. Alexander Carrier. I'm not quite sure what they're doing there in Nashville. Those are 2 good young defensemen they gave up on.
Here's Raymond, middle of the blue line. Shoots the puck through traffic. Save made Montembeault. Rebound from the slot. Mo Sider pitched it over to Ben Sherratt. Makes his way down low into the corner, protecting the puck. Sherratt to Raymond at the right point. Shoots the puck through traffic. Got through. Save made. Casper was on the doorstep. Now he goes after Casper along the right side boards. Stick was thrown into the air. Raymond with it for Detroit. Circles in behind the Montreal goal. Pitches it back in the line to Sider. Now to Raymond. In the slot. Makes his way in on a backhand. Turns to his forehand. He's tripped up and a penalty coming up. And the Canadiens will touch it along the near side. Slavkovsky and tripping is the call. The Red Wings will go on the power play.
I think a slow reaction by the referee. It looked for a second like he was going to make that call. All of a sudden, the Red Wing crowd was not happy about it. Right arm goes up. It's the right call. Tripping against Montreal, and the Wings a chance now to extend their 2-goal lead.
We'll be back with that Red Wing man advantage in a moment. 3-1 Detroit. This is your home for Detroit Red Wings hockey.
At Meijer, we work hard to bring more of the good life to your life, so you can bring home more perfectly plump and flavorful produce picked for precise freshness, beautifully marbled beyond brag-worthy certified Angus beef, and more must-have money-saving M-Perks rewards. Because saving more on local favorites is good, but bringing home more of what you love in every trip, that's the good life. We do more to make life a good deal better at Meijer.
Hey, it's Ken Cal, voice of the Red Wings. There's a homegrown squad that's been around even longer than the Wings. Rose Pest Solutions turned pro over 160 years ago and has dominated pests ever since. Rose safeguards your home or business against pests like bedbugs, cockroaches, rodents, and spiders. Their technicians are also equipped to meet all safety regulations. That's why Rose is an official partner of the Detroit Red Wings. Pest problem? Rose is the solution. Call Rose at 800-966-ROSE or go to rosepestsolutions.com.
You just slept on it funny. I think it's supposed to be that color. It's probably just something you ate. That'll clear right up with some aloe. Some chicken soup will have you back on your feet in no time. Not sure. But Mom will probably know.
Don't rely on guesswork. For 85 years, Blue Cross has been providing Michiganders with access to the care and resources they need, and will be ready to help for the next 85 years.
Nick Suzuki off for tripping at 7:15. Red Wings go on the power play, try to add to their 3-1 lead. Red Wing Man Advantage brought to you all season long by Carbliss, the preferred ready-to-drink cocktail of your Detroit Red Wings.
Red Wing power play can cause some problems right now. Answering back when the Canadiens get their first goal. Giving that goal right now to Christian Dvorak, the hard-working third-line center iceman.
He actually got a stick on that puck and heavy lifting by
Everybody had
Doc.
a stick on that puck.
Let's see what the Red Wings can do here. They've got 2 even-strength goals in a short-handed tally. DeBrincat now shoots. Save made. Montembeault rebound left wing boards for Lucas Raymond. Lucas Raymond, left circle, moves in. Passes it down low behind the goal to Tarasenko. In front, one-time shot by DeBrincat. Save made Montembeault.
Can't pass any better than that. Perfect play by Tarasenko. That was DeBrincat. What a great save there by Montembeault.
Top of the right circle, Tarasenko. Wings get some good looks here. Larkin cuts in front, jams the backhand home, he scores! He got a backhand off the body of Montembeault. It slipped behind him into the corner of the goal. Power play tally, 4-1 Detroit.
He's just such a powerful skater, Joel Larkin. He gets off beside that net and just one stride. He's quickly up front. Montembeault made a good save in that first scoring attempt, but the rebound was there, and he just tapped it the second time and somehow got between the goal post and the equipment of Montembeault and back across that line. Another power play goal for the Wings and a 4-1 lead.
That's goal number 21 on the season for Dylan Larkin. DeBrincat scored his 20th of the campaign in the opening period, and for Dylan Larkin in his 700th career game. He gets the goal at the 7:50 mark, and it's 4-1 Detroit, and that goal is another Red Wing DTE Energy Light the Lamp goal.
And look at the shot. Those goals now 24 for Detroit. Halfway through this second period of play, 10 for the Montreal Canadiens.
Doc feathers it in the slot, moving in. Newhook with a wrister, and he fired it wide.
Got to get a better man on him. Newhook had plenty of time and just did miss that top corner on the short side.
Newhook again, loses an edge, goes down. That enables Edmondson to pick it up, but he didn't clear it out. Now kicked out to center ice by Soderblom. Here is Fisher to Soderblom with a one-time shot right out in front. He redirected it, and Montembeault made the save.
And good to play by Christian Fisher. Twice he tried to get that puck to Elmer Soderblom. The first time it didn't work. The second time it did. The Wings that close to scoring their fifth of the game.
Kirby Dach lays it into the corner in his own zone. David Savard pitched it around the boards to Arbor Jacki. 4-1 in favor of Detroit. 2 big points on the table here tonight. First of 3 straight at home for the Red Wings. Canadians dump it in. Long stretch pass, Berggren over the Montreal line. Button hook on Gooley. Berggren slapped it into the high slot. It's intercepted. Feed pass intended for Gooley, broken up at center by the Wings.
What a great defensive diving play by Jonathan Berggren's got again down the right side.
Berggren over on the left side. Sherratt feed pass to Veleno, trying to cut through defenders. Stopped by Evans.
He's getting lots of quality shifts.
Now here's a centering attempt by Berggren. Ends up into the corner. Comfort of Berggren. Red Wings rotating well down low in the Montreal zone. Now Hudson laid it across, broken up by Hall, and he'll swing it into the corner. Dvorak rattles it up the right side. Evans to chop it out, make that Anderson out to the Red Wing blue line. 10.5 to play, second period. 2 goals by the Red Wings here in the period. Kopp and Larkin. Dvorak with a goal for Montreal. Now to brink it to Kopp. He fired a shot, and a one-time effort save made with a glove of Sam Montembeault.
Had a big goal in this period already. Andrew Kopp gets back in behind the defense. He gets one defenseman back. Made a good play down that left side. He faked going to his right, brought it back to the middle, let it go between the defenseman's sticks. And that's another good save by Sam Montembeault.
Well, the Red Wings playing without Patrick Kane, and Daniela, you had a chance to talk to DeBrincat about playing without Patrick Kane.
Yeah, he said this team really does have the next guy, next man up mentality, but you've seen the chemistry that the two of them have been able to build with Andrew Kopp centering that second line. Tarasenko getting a bigger opportunity here tonight as Kane is out of the lineup. Joe Veleno slotting back in, but DeBrincat emphasized that it's not really about who's playing with who right now. It was about getting out to a good start today and being able to change the way that they started the games on that road trip. So far they've done that here as they hold the 4-1 lead as we approach the halfway point.
We have a long ways to go in this one with 10-16 left in the second period, but far and away, in my opinion, this is the best game the Wings have played collectively since Todd McClellan took over as the head coach. They've been good in so many different ways, offensively, defensively, very difficult to play against. Cam Talbot has not been a very busy goaltender.
Canadians win the face-off deep in their own zone. Matheson got it out to center. Shovel pass over to Suzuki over the Red Wing blue line. Suzuki will tap that puck in behind the Red Wing cage. Now it's Caulfield in the slot to Suzuki with a chance, and Talbot made the save from point-blank range. Lead pass over the line. Here's Kopp racing in, shoots the puck, and that's off the stick of Matheson coming back to check him. Round the boards, Tarasenko in the Montreal zone. Sent it blindly in the slot, broken up by Slafkovsky. Moved it ahead to Suzuki, and he'll pitch a backhand down the ice into the corner in the Red Wing end. Shovel it around the boards. Slafkovsky had it knocked away, and Johansson picking it up for the Wings. Lifts it to the Montreal blue line, and Carrier to pick it up inside the Canadiens' end. Skates through the Red Wing logo at center ice. Carrier fires it off the glass. Left circle now in the Red Wing zone. Wings get there first. Dylan Larkin striding out to center. Makes his way over the line. Drop past Raymond. Shot taken and just almost deflected home by Casper, who made a beeline to the left goalpost.
I think it seemed Montembeault was paying so much attention to Marco Casper, the puck almost got behind him.
Here's Doc now turning it up to center ice. His pass broken up momentarily. Following up on the play, Patrick Laine to get away from Hall. Pitched it back on the line. Here's Gooley with a shot. He scores. And I don't think Talbot saw that one. There was some traffic right out in front. And the Canadians get their second of the game. 8:54 to go in the second. Red Wings 4, Montreal 2.
And you give lots of credit to Patrick Laine. No more for his offense, his goal-scoring ability, but there's that to play. He comes down at the left side. Nothing's happened. Instead of throwing it wildly towards the goal, he makes that button hook. He gets it back to Gooley, and Gooley just floats it through there. So much traffic in front. Cam Talbot has never seen it, has still not seen it, and got by him up high in that top corner. Canadiens get their second goal of the game.
Alex Newhook reached his stick out, and that stick blade may have touched the puck, and it may have dipped on the Red Wing goaltender Talbot. We'll have to wait and see.
Kirby Dach actually changed that to goal back now. It's not Dvorak's goal. The first goal of the game for Canadiens was scored by Kirby Dach. He was on the ice for that last goal as well. It's been a pretty good second line for head coach Martin St-Louis.
We'll wait and see who gets credit for this one. It could be Gooley, it could be Newhook. We'll wait, but 11:06 the time of the goal, and a 2-goal lead for the Red Wings, 4-2.
And that came after a couple of great chances for the Red Wings. That 4-1 lead could have made it to 5-1.
There's Rasmussen. The bouncing puck slides it across to Mo Seider. Here's that puck into the Montreal zone. Savard in after it, so is Rasmussen. Rasmussen pumped it around the boards to Fisher. Fisher bouncing off a check, sends it in front to Soderblom with a chance. Loose out in front, now just skips wide of the right goal post. Evans looking for the puck, comes back to Seider though. His shot was blocked by Evans. Now it's Jack-Eye tapping it to the Red Wing line. Seider will intercept. Rasmussen tied up in front of Montembeault by Savard, and the Red Wings have to regroup, and they do.
And just another quality chip. The Red Wings newly formed fourth line. Great play again by Christian Fischer, and Elmer Soderblom could easily have 2 goals in this hockey game.
7:50 to play in the second period. Each team scoring twice here in the middle period. Kirby Dach out at center ice, dropping it back to the trailer. Hudson lays it now to Newhook, and he'll scoop it into the corner in the Red Wing end. Line 8, first man to the puck. He's knocked to the ice, but the puck rolls to the line. Matheson shot wide of the goal. The puck ends up on the stick of Dach. Rolled a backhand to the right point, holding it in Mike Matheson. He shoots the puck wide of the goal, looking for a tip in front. The Canadiens, a little bit dangerous in the Red Wing zone. They have the puck left circle, into the slot. Veleno chopped it away, and now he turns up towards center ice for the Red Wings. Veleno pumped it out to center. Matheson with the long reach got it ahead. And now it's Berggren intercepting in front of the Canadiens bench. Dug loose by Laine. Back to Berggren, and now it's chipped deeper into the Red Wing zone. Wings control. Berggren getting knocked down from behind by Matheson as the play continues inside the Red Wing zone.
He logs big minutes back on the blue line. Michael Madsen in the last couple of seasons in Montreal. He's one of the best defensemen. Good work by Jonathan Burton. Kept a lot of weight in that battle, but did not give up.
He's offside up across that Montreal blue line.
And Gooley, the defenseman, does get that last goal for Montreal Canadiens. Dach and Laine pick up the assist. It's 4-2 Detroit.
We'll be back with more in a moment from Little Caesars Arena. This is the Detroit Red Wings Radio Network.
Start the new year off in a new Ford from Jack Demmer Ford. Now is the time to take advantage of tremendous lease offers. This month, Ford AZ customers can get a 24-month lease on the 2024 F-150 Super Crew for $269 a month and includes $1,000 in RCL cash, $2,500 in trade assist, and $2,000 in Conquest cash, and $500 in Auto Show trade assist. Hurry, offer ends February 3rd. Visit jdemmerford.com or discover the Demmer difference at Jack Demmer Ford on Michigan Avenue, a mile and a half east of I-275 in Wayne.
You don't like to brag, but you're a pretty impressive person. You're detail-oriented, have a great work ethic, and you're a great communicator. Stop being so modest. Use all your amazing qualities to start a career at UWM. You'll get paid training, growth opportunities, and enjoy our inclusive workplace culture. Of course you don't want to take credit for your awesomeness. That's so you. Apply at uwmjobs.com today. Opportunity lives here.
From Novi to Royal Oak and down to Woodhaven and even Windsor, Ashley has Detroit covered when it comes to affordable, high-quality furniture and unbelievably comfortable mattresses. After nearly 20 years in the community, Ashley is proud to be the first official furniture and mattress partner of the Detroit Red Wings. Shop any of our 7 Metro Detroit locations and mention this partnership to receive 20% off your purchase. Some exclusions apply. Visit us today and help support the Red Wings this season. Only at Ashley.
Ken Cal, Paul Woods, Danielle LaBruce with you. 6:43 to go in the second period. Both teams have scored twice here in the middle frame. Kopp a shorthanded goal. Larkin with a power play tally. Dach and Gooley with even strength goals for Montreal.
And Montreal showing a little bit more energy in this second period of play. It was all Detroit in the opening period now, and we just got to get back the way they were playing and spend much more time at offensive zone and get some more chance on Sam Montembeault.
This Montreal team, they've beaten some of the better teams in the National Hockey League. They go down to Florida, they beat Tampa Bay in Florida, and then go out to Vegas and beat them on their home ice. And that was a heck of a road trip for them. Icing called against Montreal.
Watch them play tonight against Detroit, though, Ken, and we're equally as good as the Montreal Canadiens, and probably in my mind a little bit better. Again, we beat the Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers down there as well. And really had some self-inflicted wounds against the Dallas Stars, the Tampa Bay Lightning. 40 shots on Tampa Bay, but just didn't play that good defensively in the second period.
This team's put together a pretty good streak, though. 13-3-1 since December the 17th.
Like every other NHL team, they're all beatable.
Puck lifted now inside the Red Wing zone. Along the left wing boards, and the Red Wings tap it ahead. Tarasenko down the middle, flipped it over the line to Kopp. Floats it back in behind the goal. Tarasenko chopped it to DeBrincat in the corner. Laid it back in the left point. Gustafsson hammers it to Tarasenko. Took down his man Carrier as the play ends up in behind the Montreal goal.
And Carrier trips him back up, and a good non-call by the referee. Both players battling hard for the puck within the Canadiens, led by Josh Anderson.
Anderson protecting the puck, working in on Gustafsson, rolls it in behind the Red Wing net.
Gallagher and Anderson are forcing that third line.
5:50 to go, second period. 4-2 in favor of Detroit. Berggren and DeBrincat in the opening period. Kopp and Larkin here in the second. Doc and Gooley with goals for Montreal in the second period. DeBrincat knocked down in front of the Red Wing bench after sliding it into the Montreal end. Slafkovsky out to center to Nick Suzuki. Pass over the Red Wing line. Right side, Caulfield with a wrist shot from long range. Gloved off by Talbot. There's a whistle and the stoppage of play.
He leads the team with 24 goals on the season. Cole Caulfield against that top line with Nick Suzuki. Those two provide a lot of offense for the Montreal Canadiens.
And we've got a timeout with 5.5 to go in the second period. Red Wings 4, Montreal 2. This is your home for Detroit Red Wings hockey.
I'm attorney Mark Bernstein. 1-800-CALL-SAM is always a free call. And your fast, confidential consultation is always free too. And for over 50 years, our no-fee guarantee means you don't pay us a fee unless we win your case. If you're hurt in an accident, get the Bernstein advantage. Call 1-800-CALL-SAM. What do you have to lose? It's free.
1-800-CALL-SAM.
America's favorite place to watch sports is Stadium Swim, located at Circa Resort and Casino. Catch all the biggest games at a viewing experience built for sports fans. Chill in one of our 6 pools on 3 different levels for a perfect view of our massive screen. Located at Circa Resort and Casino in downtown Las Vegas on Fremont Street. Stadium Swim. Book your spot today at circalasvegas.com.
At first, credit card debt can seem harmless, like a cute little baby goat. But let it get out of control, and your debt goes wild, and that is anything but cute. Tame your debt with Rocket Mortgage. Tap into your home's equity and get funds in a matter of days. Just visit tameyourdebt.com. Call 1-800-407-3944 for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender, licensed in all 50 states, NMLSconsumeraccess.org, number 3030.
Red Wings take on the Kings on Monday, and I want you to be out here at Little Caesars Arena. You can get your tickets for Red Wings Kings action at DetroitRedWings.com/tickets.
It's going to be a battle. They're a really good defensive team, just allowing 111 goals against all season long, the most least in the National Hockey League. Montreal wins a face-off, but good defense by the Wings. Here comes Raymond.
Raymond stick handles over the Montreal blue line to the left side of the ice. Floats it in behind the goal into the corner now for Marco Kasper. Back in the line, Sherratt with a drive, and he sailed that one over the crossbar.
Something bothers him. Montalvo didn't play it. He has his glove up, but it didn't hit the glove. Good work again by Lucas Raymond.
Raymond tapped it in front. Larkin spun around as he tried to redirect. Kasper trying to get a hold of the puck in the corner. He's tied up with Slafkovsky. Kicked it to Hudson. Now moves it around the near side for Cole Caulfield off the stick of Sider. Now it's lifted to the line, held in by Detroit. Kasper to Raymond. Turning away from traffic. Now it's out to center ice, and the Red Wings regroup at their own blue line.
Had the right idea, Lucas Raymond. Rich Sider was going in. Raymond was coming out. He couldn't make that pass. Because of that, the Wings are back in their own zone. The good news is, still in possession of the puck. Here's a good clean breakout by Albert Johansson. Quickly through the neutral zone.
Over the line, Johansson's shot blocked by Hudson. Rebound, Kirby Dach, who's got a goal in the period. Now turning with it at the Montreal line, Patrick Laine. Feed pass ahead, Dach over the line, the new hook. Left circle, shoots the puck. Talbot the save in a crouch position.
When you watch Patrick Laine play, he just doesn't do a whole lot to 5-on-5, but you get him in that power play situation. He is definitely an offensive weapon for the Montreal Canadiens. Got to give him credit for signing him. and making that trade with Columbus and getting, because a lot of teams had the opportunity, but they didn't want to take the chance.
All right, Paul, let's get to our plus-minus update. It is brought to you all season long by Rocket Mortgage. Buy, sell, finance, and save.
I'm going to talk about the Washington Capitals and one specific player, but boy, what a story. Capitals, first overall in the NHL, 69 points on the season. Only Winnipeg Jets, who are two back, who have 67. But Pierre-Luc Dubois was an outstanding player in the National Hockey League. We'll get to it in the next stop to play here.
New hook tied up in along the corner boards, and now Johansson swung it around to Edmondson, lays it out to center ice. That puck eluded Joe Veleno, and icing called against Detroit.
But he was good defensive two-way forward for Columbus Blue Jackets. And he got traded to Winnipeg Jets, and he fell out of interest there in Winnipeg. And then he got traded again. He just keeps on getting traded, went to the LA Kings, and now he goes to the Washington Capitals. Chris Patrick, the young general manager, that's a daring move as well, but he's got 38 points, but stands out plus 17 in the season. He has been a plus player for quite some time, 47 hits, 37 block shots. He plays in that second line. He's been outstanding all season long, and one of the reasons why the Capitals are in first place in the National Hockey League.
I didn't think at this point of the season they'd have the most points in the NHL.
Nobody just made the playoffs the last day, and of course, remember that day well. Against the Montreal Canadiens, they won the tiebreaker. I still don't think that's the right way to decide who's a playoff team. So the one-game playoff.
A puck inside to the Red Wing zone. Savard, right circle, shot taken. That one's wide of the goal. Moving in with the shot, Joel Armia.
He's the next guy on the same list, and this guy's name's Chris Tanev. He came from the Calgary Flames. 1 goal in the season, 14 points. How can a guy like that be important? Plus 17 in the season, 129 block shots, and he anchors that much improved blue line for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Mitch Marner playing well for the Maple Leafs, and they continue to lead the Atlantic Division.
You have the wheels coming off a little bit for Toronto, and goaltending's part of the problem right now. They're waiting for Anthony Stolarz to come back in that lineup. We're playing without John Tavares as well, and he's definitely a really good force on that second line for the Maple Leafs.
Right behind Toronto, Florida Panthers, 59 points. It's been a seesaw affair between those two teams all season long for the top spot.
I just think the Panthers have just burned up too much energy over the last couple of seasons. Twice going to the Stanley Cup Finals, and to me, don't seem like the same team. And Aaron Ekblad's going to come back in the line. It's going to help, but they're just not that deep again, and not that good in the third defensive pair. You lose defensemen like Oliver Ekman Larson and Brandon Montour. Those are two big gaping holes back in the blue line.
It's a lot of hockey. You go to the Stanley Cup Final a couple years in a row.
That's where you got to appreciate those New York Islanders with 19 consecutive playoff series wins.
Joel Armia, top of the blue line, shot taken right side, wide of the goal, rebound, Evans. In the slot to Joel Armia. Montreal threatening a little bit. Armia's pass busted up a little bit there along the boards by Dylan Larkin. Larkin's second effort squeezed it up the left wing boards and back into the Montreal zone.
Yeah, the Wings got to pick it back up here now in the second period. Montreal's starting to play a little bit better. Still down 2 goals with 3 minutes left in the second period.
Jammed along the boards inside the Red Wing end. 3 minutes to play in the second period. 2-goal lead for Detroit. Larkin intercepts, lays it ahead right side over the line. Soderblom cuts wide towards the corner, put on the brakes. Swings it back to the line. Johansson with a wrist shot, gloved off by Sam Montembeault.
It's a great to play again by the Red Wings. And Elmer Soderblom, all that size and skill coming down that right side. He's really tough to handle, makes that button hook, and again allows the defenseman to get involved in the offense and cross the blue line. Soderblom let it to go. Lots of traffic down there, but a good job by Montembeault getting down and making that glove save.
Tampa Bay Lightning defeated the Red Wings their last trip to Tampa, but since that time, the Lightning have dropped their last 2 games.
They're just 1 point, 2 points into the playoffs in the Eastern Conference.
Wings knock it down, Edmondson at center. Now the Canadiens dump it down the ice. Johansson circling the Detroit goal, got it to Soderblom, who popped it ahead to Rasmussen. Flips it into the corner in the Canadiens' end. Anderson gets there first to wheel it around the boards out to center ice. Edmondson chipped it ahead to Rasmussen again. He'll just dump a backhand to the side of Montembeault. Red Wings making a change on the go. 2:10 to go in the second period. It's a 2-goal lead for the Red Wings, 4-2. Anderson over the Red Wing line, got the feed and pumped it around the boards to Dvorak. Circles the Red Wing net. Pass comes to the blue line. Arbor Jack-Guy with a wrist shot, knocked away by Talbot. Pretty hard shot there, Jack-Guy, from the slot that time as he brings it back towards the left point, turned it over, came out to center, right back to him. Sends a rink-wide feed to Anderson. He'll pump it down into the Detroit end.
Wings got to get it going here. They've definitely tapered off here in the second period. Montreal has found their stride and getting the most of the scoring chance now, up to 15 shots.
And Montembeault plays it around the right wing boards for Laine. Pass out to center ice, too far in front of Lane Hudson, who was on the attack, and now Sider sends it across his own blue line. DeBrincat chips the puck in behind the Montreal goal with the minute 20 to go. 4-2 Red Wings. Here comes Matheson. Out to center, trying to get away from Veleno. Lost the handle of the puck. Sider tapped it around the left wing boards. Laine took a chop at it. Now it's worked away by Joe Veleno. Pitched it out to Sider on the attack. Now to Berggren, left side on Matheson. Shoots the puck to the side of the goal, and Matheson looking on as Montembeault made the glove hand save.
I'm going to get back to your point about Tampa Bay. Part of the problem then, we're missing two of their top four defensemen. J.J. Moser, they picked up in the offseason from the Utah Hockey Club and used to be Arizona. And then you got Eric Cernak, who's a very good stay-at-home defenseman. You plug those two guys back in there, suddenly they'll become a much better defensive team, and it'll definitely help out Andre Vasilevsky, the goaltender.
Speaking of Utah, Nick Schmaltz, he's got a 6-game point streak on the line. And
still hanging around the Western Conference wildcard standings, the Utah Hockey Club.
Minute to go in the second period. Larkin in deep in the Montreal zone. He's got a goal here in the second frame. A power play tally. Pins that pucking along the boards. All over his back is Nick Suzuki. Carrier trying to battle for it. Raymond dug it loose. Swings it back in the line. Edmondson with a screen shot. That one wide of the goal. That Raymond is so strong on his skates. Just outworked and outmuscled his man as the puck is picked up by Gooley, and he'll shoot it in behind the Red Wing goal with a half a minute to go.
That's not fancy hockey, just hard work that time. Forwards win the battle.
Wings turn it over. Here's Slabkovsky with a shot, and Talbot had to be quick to make the save.
Looks like a different team now, the Montreal Canadiens. They've gained their confidence. All Detroit in the opening period, not so much here in period number 2. The Wings now got to escape this second period with that 2-goal lead. 23.3 seconds left to the big face-off coming up to the right of goaltender Cam Talbot.
I like the Red Wing numbers when leading after 2 periods. The Red Wings 14-1-1 on the season. And Montreal, when they're trailing after 40 minutes of play, 4-14-0.
In those Western Conference standings, Calgary the second wild card, 51 points. Vancouver's out of it. They got 50 points. St. Louis got 50. Utah will be top of them, 47. Seattle a slight chance at 45.
Hudson with a couple of shoulder fakes, turning with it, top of the left circle, shot the puck, redirected in front, and it skips into the corner. They had some numbers right out in front of Talbot right there, Montreal. 10 seconds to play in the period. Hudson from the blue line, twisting and turning, hanging onto the puck. Cat and mouse game, shot it across the ice, it skips off the stick of Coppin out to center ice. Matheson at the horn will turn with it in front of the Red Wing bench, and the period ends. Both teams scoring twice, and after 40 minutes here in Detroit, the Red Wings lead the Canadiens 4-2.
He's a skillful young player, Lane Hudson, going back and forth at the blue line. Before you got to give JT Compher credit for them. He stayed with him in defensive coverage, just going back and forth, left and right, left and right. And Lane Hudson couldn't get that puck down low, so good defense by JT Compher. After 40 minutes now, the Wings just 20 minutes away from picking up a much-needed victory against their arch-rival, the Canadiens.
Shots on goal in the second period, brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Visit buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. 12 shots by the Canadiens. They scored twice on Cam Talbot, have 16 shots after 40 minutes. Red Wings had 2 goals as well, a shorthanded goal by Kopp, a power play goal by Larkin. They pumped 15 shots at Sam Montembeault, and the Red Wings have 32 shots on goal after 40
minutes. And a 5-point difference in the standings. The Montreal Canadiens in the playoffs right now in the Eastern Conference. The Wings on the outside looking in, so very important third period coming up for both these teams. And I was trying to think today, I can't really remember when was the last time the Red Wings and Canadiens had such a meaningful game in the regular season?
It's been a while, that's for sure.
And both teams have had hard times, but all of a sudden now they've improved themselves drastically. But boy, the Wings got to come back out now and play like they played in the opening period and close things out against the Canadiens.
Hey fans, bring that Hockeytown energy to Little Caesars Arena this Saturday as the Red Wings battle the Tampa Bay Lightning on January 25th. Score your tickets before they're all gone at DetroitRedWings.com/tickets.
And they got some dangerous weapons. Vasilevsky's the first star of the hockey game. The last time these teams met in Tampa Bay, and again, I just don't think Tampa Bay's that deep in the third and fourth line and fifth and sixth defensemen. So another winnable game for the Red Wings. Like every other game in the NHL, it will not come easy.
Now we're in the second intermission. Glad you're in tune to Red Wings hockey as the Canadiens trail the Red Wings 4-2 after 40 minutes of play. Our second period break is brought to you by Clean Express Auto Wash. Jeff Rieger's in our 1-800-CALL-SAM studios. He's coming up next. This is your home for Detroit Red Wings hockey.
Wings fans, skate into bliss this season with Carbliss, the no-carb, no-sugar, 100-calorie premium vodka cocktail. With power play flavors like black raspberry, pineapple, cranberry, and lemon lime, there's a Carbliss flavor for everyone. Find ice-cold Carbliss at Little Caesars Arena all season long, at retailers near you, and at drinkcarbliss.com. Carbliss, an official ready-to-drink cocktail of your Detroit Red Wings.
I'm a geologist, and Little Caesars Stuffed Crazy Crust Pizza is not only tastier than the Earth's crust, but it's the lowest price in stuffed crust. With a buttery garlic-flavored crust that's stuffed with cheese, geologists agree Stuffed Crazy Crust rocks. Let's rock!
Try Little Caesars Stuffed Crazy Crust for only $9.49.
Pizza.
Price comparison of Little Caesars Stuffed Crazy Crust Pizza against menu prices of comparable stuffed crust pizza from top national pizza chains, plus tax where applicable. Available at participating locations. Prices may vary. Prices higher in Alaska, Hawaii, and third-party online sites.
Little Caesars rocks!
Welcome to the Chevy Lightning Round. Guess the clues to win. First team, you're up.
Powerful, commanding, unstoppable.
Silverado.
Adventurous, fun, techie.
Trailblazer.
Stylish, nimble.
Tracks.
Innovative, electric.
Blazer EV. Lightning Round champions. You've guessed all the right Chevy clues.
Wherever the year takes you, explore it together in the Chevy of your choice. Chevy, official vehicle of the Detroit Red Wings.
You are so much more than your cancer diagnosis. You're our inspiration. At Trinity Health, cancer care experts combine the latest research and technology with personalized support inspired by you and your unique journey. From diagnosis to treatment and beyond, we're here to guide you every step of the way with care that nurtures your body, mind, and spirit. Learn more at trinityhealthmi.org/cancer. Trinity Health. We see all of you.
It's 2025 all year long, but Wallside's extra 20% off the sale price ends Saturday. An extra 20% off for cash when you call by Saturday, January 25th. Plus, half off every Wallside window or get 5 years no interest, no down payment. An extra 20% off every Wallside window ends Saturday, January 25th. Call Wallside today, 1-800-521-7800, or go to wallside.com.
Welcome on back. 1-800-CALL-SAM Studio. Wings up of the Canadiens 4-2 after 40 minutes of action. Check the scoring summary brought to you by McLaren and the Carmanis Cancer Institute. Your best chance. Wings led it 2-0 after one. Andrew Kopp, a shorty, made it 3-0, 4:25 into that second period.
Shovels it over. Hudson with a shot blocked, and now a breakaway for the Red Wings. Kopp now racing in over the blue line. Now Montembeault scores! Short-handed goal for Andrew Kopp. Crowd erupts. It's 3-0 Detroit.
Simon Edvinsson with the assist. From there, Montreal makes their move. Kirby Dach, number 10 this season, made it 3-1. But don't fret, Mr. 700 playing in his 700th game. Dylan Larkin on the power play, 21st of the season, 750 for 1.
Larkin cuts in front, jams the backhand home. He scores! Got a backhand off the body of Montembeault. It slipped behind him into the corner. The goal, power play tally, 4-1 Detroit.
Caden Gooley was able to get a goal to make it 4-2. That's where we stand after 40 minutes of action. Shots on goal, impressive for the Wings, 2-1. They're out shooting Montreal 32-16. Habs have more hits, 19-10. Wings have won more faceoffs, 19-18. Detroit 1-2 in the power play. Habs 0-2. 4-2 Detroit after 2. We'll come back, talk to Daniela Bruce about it. You're listening to Detroit Red Wings Hockey.
Red Wings fans, get in the game at Dunham Sports to find great savings in every aisle. Since 1937, Dunham's has been bringing Red Wing fans the best values on the brand name sporting goods you want. Dunham's has your favorite brands like Under Armour, Adidas, Champion, Carhartt, Titleist, Bauer, Spalding, Warrior, Nordic Track, and many more at prices that are hard to beat. Get in the game and save at any of the 70 Michigan Dunham Sports locations.
In every home, someone is always too cold or too warm.
What's the temperature in here? I'll just...
And then there's someone who's trying to save money.
Step away from the thermostat.
Well, DTE wants to help with both. Seal air leaks, add insulation, and change filters regularly to save up to $200 a year. And stay comfortable, too.
Ah, warm and cozy.
Get more tips at dteenergy.com/saveenergy. DTE.
Are aches, pains, or injuries keeping you on the sidelines? At Athletico, our movement experts are here to help you turn your setbacks into comebacks and create a personalized game plan for your recovery. With no prescription or referral needed, Athletico Physical Therapy is where your comeback story begins. Get started today by scheduling a free assessment at athletico.com. Official partner of the Detroit Red Wings.
Roofman for all your roofing needs for 3 generations. Go to roofmanusa.com or call 734-662-3300.
Wings up on the Canadiens for 2 after 2. Welcome back to the 1-800-CALL-SAM studios. Time now for the intermission conversation brought to you by Meijer, proud hometown partner of the Detroit Red Wings. Get you back to downtown Detroit, Little Caesars Arena. Daniela Bruce standing by. How are you, Daniela?
I'm good, Rieger. How you doing?
Pretty good, and the Wings seem to have a pretty nice game here. 2 periods. After going 1-2-1 on the road trip, nice, really, first period. Second period maybe slipped a little in the second half of that second period, but overall, what are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, this is one of the best starts that we've seen this team get off to in a while on that road trip. They didn't have as much jump in their game as we've seen under Todd McClellan thus far, and to get off to a good start here tonight was one of their goals and kind of control the game from the beginning, and we've seen that. Todd McClellan has really instilled a shoot-first mentality in this team, and we're seeing that when you look at the shot totals. The Red Wings currently outshooting the Canadiens 32-16, and we haven't seen that very often this season, so it's good to see them on the attack a little bit more and capitalizing on some of those opportunities with the 4-2 lead.
Give me your thoughts about Dylan Larkin, game number 700. Kenny and I were talking in the first intermission. Hard to believe it's game number 700. Gets a power play goal in that second period, but what are the team saying about their captain? I mean, he's kind of a veteran, but he doesn't seem like one.
He is one. You're going to hate that I said this, but it makes me feel old.
Then it makes me feel really old.
Dylan Larkin has played 700 NHL games, and he's been the motor for this team really since he took over as the captain, and maybe even a little bit before that, and his teammates will tell you that. He's kind of the heart and soul. He gets the guys up and going, and he's their best center, and he plays like it. So he's well-deserved to have a couple of points in this game like he does, a goal and an assist. A good night for him and having another good season as the Red Wings captain.
You were talking about Todd McClellan earlier. What is the team saying about their new coach? And I know you talked to these guys. What's the impression that he's making on them?
They really say that he can command a room. So when he's out there at practice, you're paying attention all the time, and he's telling them certain things. He knows what buttons to push already, which is quick considering he hasn't been here all that long. So they're enjoying learning under him, and they know that he has experience, which is something that they respect, right? So they understand that he's done it at this level. He's coached teams that are in the same position that the Red Wings are right now, trying to get over that hump and become a year-after-year playoff team. So he knows what he's doing. You can tell that they're still trying to figure each other out a little bit. You saw some of that disconnect on the road trip, but that's going to happen when you bring an edit and they're buying into what he's saying.
All right, I'm going to hit you with a curveball maybe. Have you seen the NHL quarter-century team for the Red Wings? Have you seen this yet?
I saw it come out. I haven't studied it, but I did see that it came out. I could look at it. What's the curveball? What's the question?
No curveball at all. I want to know if you think they got it right. I'll give you the first team. First team is Steve Yzerman centering a line with Zetterberg and Datsuk. The D is Lidstrom and Cronwall, and Ozzy's the goalie. Here's the second team, okay? Larkin centering a line with Sergei and Brendan Shanahan. Chelly and Rafalski are the D, and Hasek is the netminder. Did they get it right? Like, I look at it, and I say to myself, I'd probably put Sergei on the top line. Maybe I move Z down. Other than that, I think they might have nailed it. I know a lot of people were like, really? Ozzy over Hasek, but I think that's accurate considering if it wasn't for Ozzy, you don't win the 08 Cup.
Yeah, look, there's a few that could probably be interchangeable, right? We've seen so many. I'm looking at the post now too, so I've got it in front of me, but you could probably make an argument for most of these guys to be on that first team. Maybe not Dylan Larkin just because he hasn't won here yet, but a lot of these guys, you wouldn't be surprised if you saw him up on that top team, right? And they swapped him. So I think the mix of players is totally right, and I think there's some arguments you could make for each. I mean, Sergei Fedorov not on the first team, right? Like you said. Hank, this is tough. Whoever had to do this, that's really, really tough because you really could interchange quite a few of those.
I'm not complaining, right? We'll take any of these guys on any of the team because they're all absolute studs. I wanted to get your thought on the young studs. Lane Hutson playing in this game. He's a -2 for the Canadiens. A lot of people think he might win the Calder Trophy. He already has over 16 minutes of ice time. That leads the Montreal Canadiens. He gets about 23 minutes a game, which is insane for a rookie. Does he look special out there, and is he your Calder front runner, or are you going with somebody else, like a Mishkov or a Celebrini or even a Stankoven?
Well, I was going to say Macklin Celebrini has been super impressive in the games that I've watched him. He can take control of a game, and he's just so young. But Lane Hutson is really a staple on the blue line for these guys. And it brings you back to the rookie year of Mo Seider, right, when he was winning the Calder as he did and what he was able to do at such a young age. And I don't want to say I favor defensemen when it comes to this, but when you can do that as a defenseman, it is a little bit harder. It's always harder for young defensemen to break into the league and learn the NHL than it is for the really talented forwards like Celebrini or Mishkov. So I think I would go with Lane Hutson as the front runner for right now, but you can tell he's mature, he controls the play for the Canadiens, and he's a big part of the success that they're having right now.
Daniela Bruce, great stuff as always. We appreciate the time catching the third period.
Thanks, Rieger. We'll talk soon.
Absolutely. Daniela Bruce, catcher in the third period. Coming up next, we'll check the out-of-town scoreboard. You're listening to Detroit Red Wings Hockey.
Hello, Detroit! SaySarah.com. SaySarah.com. Where you gonna go if you really want to save on a new used Chevrolet? What you say? What you say? SaySarah.com. SaySarah.com. Who's the #1 Chevrolet volume dealer in all of Michigan? Where the customer's #1? SaySarah.com. SaySarah.com. SERRA. SaySarah.com.
Together, let's drive.
From Novi to Royal Oak and down to Woodhaven and even Windsor, Ashley has Detroit covered when it comes to affordable, high-quality furniture and unbelievably comfortable mattresses. After nearly 20 years in the community, Ashley is proud to be the first official furniture and mattress partner of the Detroit Red Wings. Shop any of our 7 Metro Detroit locations and mention this partnership to receive 20% off your purchase. Some exclusions apply. Visit us today and help support the Red Wings this season. Only at Ashley.
To grow your business in the cloud, you need to make sense of your data, and Dynatrace makes it possible. With end-to-end observability powered by AI, you can unlock the insights hidden in your data, innovate faster, deliver better user experiences, and see your business like you've never seen it before. That's the power of possible. That's the power of Dynatrace. Find out how and try it for free at Dynatrace.com. That's Dynatrace.com.
Dearborn brand products are a taste of tradition, and we support the Wings because nobody represents tradition better in sports. Winter is here, and Dearborn brand would like to help you enjoy with the same great sausage and hot dogs served at Little Caesars Arena. Available all over Metro Detroit and at our Dearborn and Roseville factory stores. Visit DearbornBrand.com for locations near you.
Welcome on back. 1-800-CALL-SAM Studios. Red Wings up at the Canadiens 4-2 after 2 periods of action. Get you back to downtown Detroit for the third in moments. First out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Rocket Mortgage. Buy, sell, finance, and save. Game's going on right now. Bruins on top of the Sens. Second intermission in Boston. Morgan Geekie, the lone goal there. That's goal number 13 for Geekie. Rangers 3, Flyers 1. Second intermission there as well. Owen Tippett gets his 14th of the season there. Hurricanes and Blue Jackets in a barn burner. 5-4, second intermission. Sebastian Aho gets his 15th there. Golden Knights in St. Louis up on the Blues, currently 2-1. First intermission, Mark Stone, 13th of the season there. Utah Hockey Club, they start the game in Minnesota, and they score 2 on the Wild, 2-0 after 1. Clayton Keller, 17th of the season there. Sabres and Flames at 9 o'clock. Oilers bring in the Canucks at 9 o'clock. 10 o'clock, Penguins in Anaheim to take on the Ducks. Capitals in Seattle to take on the Kraken. And the Sharks playing always that 10:30 game. They'll bring in the Nashville Predators. All right, let's get you back to downtown Detroit. 2 in the books. They're just about to get going. 4-2 Wings over the Habs. What happens in the third period? Ken Cal, Paul Woods, Daniela Bruce will fill us in, guys.
Well, the Red Wings and the Canadiens have made their appearance out onto the ice surface. Red Wings lead, as Jeff mentioned, 4-2 with 20 minutes yet to be played. Before we start the third period, fresh sheet of ice. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Detroit Red Wings radio.
The world's greatest coverage.
Taves, 3-on-1. Taves, Lee, scores!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Berggren, DeBrincat, Kopp, and Larkin. The goal scorers for the Red Wings. Doc and Gooley for Montreal, as it's a 4-2 lead for the Red Wings. And we are set for third period action. Paul, your thoughts after the first 40 minutes?
Well, I think both the teams actually played. Wings owned the opening period. They were far and away the better team. I think Montreal was the better team in that second period of play. They found their legs, and again, the Wings now got to get back on the attack, more time in the offensive zone, get back to that tenacious checking we saw in the opening period, and close out this game against the Montreal Canadiens. The Wings need these 2 points badly in the Eastern Conference standings.
Montreal returns home for 3 straight games against the Devils, Winnipeg, and Minnesota.
No easy matchups there.
No, and then they're off to the West Coast with Anaheim, San Jose, and Los Angeles.
How about the Tampa Bay? They're off tonight. The Boston Bruins hold on and win that day, and they'll jump from out of the wild card standings into third place in the Eastern Conference, and Tampa Bay will drop down to be the number 1 wild card.
It changes every day as the puck comes out to center ice and able to hold it in. Along the left wing was Gooley. Canadiens, Kirby Dach, the fired in behind the Red Wing goal from the blue line. Into the corner, it's lifted by Johansson up the right wing boards. Foot race for the puck to the side of Montembeault, and now it's Carrier to dump it around the wing. Comfort to intercept for Detroit. Swings it in the right circle for Lucas Raymond. Twisting and turning, trying to get away from a check. Now he is hit along the sideboards by Gooley, and the Canadiens' new hook to chop it to the Detroit blue line.
And a quick change for Red Wings. That's another key of the game as well. Get every line, all 4 lines going here in the third period.
Wings 21-21-5 on the season, 47 points. If they get the 2 points here tonight, they'll move up the ladder a little bit and close in on these Montreal Canadiens. Canadiens in over the blue line now. Pass down low and behind the Red Wing goal. Raymond after the puck, long shift for him. Dumped it up the left wing boards. Chipped by Casper out to center ice. Now it's the player Hudson to jam it down low. Suzuki with a cross ice feed. Broken up by Dylan Larkin. Feed past Marco Casper to Larkin, chipping it down into the Montreal zone. Red Wings in the middle of a change. Cole Caulfield winding it up in his own end. Quickly out to the center ice circle. Stick handles to the right wing boards. Offside are the Canadiens after a good individual effort right there by Cole Caulfield.
As we start the game tonight, Tampa Bay with 53 points. They're in third place in the Atlantic. Ottawa, the number wild card team. Montreal, number 2. They both have 52. The Bruins winning 1-0. The problem with the Bruins, though, that's their 50th game of the season. So if they can beat the Columbus Blue Jackets, they'll go to 54. They'll be in third spot. As I mentioned, Rangers are winning right now. They've got 50 as they stand. Could go to 52 if they win. Then the Flyers at 50, Pittsburgh 48, Wings 47.
Flyers have won 3 in a row as the puck comes out to the blue line, and Carrier skating into the right circle with it. Hands it off. Now gets it again from Gallagher. Back to Gallagher. Quick feed, give and go for Carrier. Broken up by Detroit. Red Wings pump it up the wing. Here comes Tarasenko over the line, 1 man back. Tarasenko, long shot to the front of the goal. And instead of using that button hook, he shot it. And that's a whistle and a face-off after the save by Montembeault.
Good call there, Ken. Exactly right. And again, that's where you just got to get possession of the puck inside that blue line and fight that battle. Allow your teammates, the 2 other forwards and the 2 other defense, come up the ice and give one of those guys and try and generate a good scoring chance. That's just a routine save right there for Sam Montembeault.
Paul, when I think of the Montreal Canadiens, I think of the defenseman Larry Robertson, and he was so great on the blue line, a plus-minus number, outstanding in his career, and he actually became a pretty good coach in the National Hockey League as well.
Coach. Yeah, he was just a great player. And the guy not drafted high, played for Kitchener Rangers back in the OHA. I think he's plus 700. I don't know the exact number, but I mean, you think about it, you say, no, that can't be right. Then you look it up, and there it is. But again, those are great teams. Serge Savard, Guy Lapointe, those three guys played a lot for the Montreal Canadiens. I was thinking about that today, and that was the difference, those teams. Like the Islanders, these are some of the all-time great teams. The Islanders, the Oilers, and the Montreal Canadiens. The thing about them was, they didn't play a perfect game every time out. The thing they could do is that they could turn it back when they weren't going good. They could get momentum going back the other way and get on the attack and start playing the right way. They knew how to do it. It's just a matter of when they're going to do it, but over the course of a hockey game, they'd find a way, and that's what teams that are struggling just don't seem to do, and I think that's where the Wings have made a big improvement. They're starting to figure out what they need to do to be a very good team in the NHL.
4-2 Red Wings early in the period. Here's Caulfield with a chance, and from point-blank range, sends it out in front, and Talbot made the save. Joel Armia right out in front, trying to poke it home, and that's a big save by Talbot early in the third.
And Cole Caulfield, dangerous guy, 24 goals, had a couple of good chances there. The first one probably 30 feet out, down the right side. He followed the puck himself, got in there, and a little chip backhand shot as well. A good sequence there for Cam Talbot.
Caulfield's 24 years old. He was Montreal's first-round pick in 2019. And against Detroit, pretty good numbers, 4 points in 10 hockey games.
And Mark Dansel, we jugged up the forward lines a little bit here now in the third period, trying to get that offense going.
Jake Evans in for the face-off, wins it cleanly. Punched it back on the line to Matheson. Fakes the shot, swings it now to Evans again. Back to the blue line, Matheson shoots the puck, and the glove saved by Talbot. Again, Armia and Cole Caulfield on the doorstep.
Elmer Soderblom out there in that play, and again, he lost his stick, and that's a difficult decision to make. You go try and pick the stick back up, you stay and play defense without a stick. He went for the stick, and that gave Montreal a clear path to the goal, and they almost get their third goal of the hockey game.
I was talking to some of the people from Montreal radio today, and talking about the 1989 Calgary Flames, and they won the Stanley Cup on the Forum Ice in Montreal. That was the first time since they came into the National Hockey League, Montreal, where they played in the Stanley Cup final and lost the Stanley Cup on home ice.
We know Montreal back in those days, though. They weren't a great offensive team. They're more of a defensive team, and really weren't the favorite in that series at all. But it's been a storied franchise, many, many Stanley Cups, the most ever in the history of the NHL.
You think about it, over 60, 70 years, at that point in time, Montreal never had to award the cup to another team on home ice.
Yeah, they always seemed like they expected to win once they got in the Stanley Cup finals.
Here's Evans now, in over the Red Wing blue line, moves to the middle of the ice, sends it to the right circle to Mike Matheson. Pass in front broken up. Gustafson laid it ahead to Comfer, out to the red line at center, and he'll dump it in behind the Montreal goal. Quick change by both teams. 3 minutes and 15 seconds gone by third period. 4-2 Red Wings. Canadians attacking left to right. Matheson's pass off the stick of line A, deflects into the Detroit zone. Larkin scooping it up, hands it off, left wing boards for Sherratt, laid it ahead, and Raymond to backhanded in behind the Montreal goal. Caden Gooley swept it up the left wing, knocked down by Detroit. Casper turns and fires. That's off the stick of Gooley. Casper is dumped off to the side of the goal. Larkin picks up the puck goal line, tried to shoot the puck, and that hit the side of the goal from a sharp angle.
That's a good job by Marco Casper. First on the forecheck. Big push from the Canadian defenseman. Got Dylan Larkin a scoring chance from a very sharp angle.
Newhook bats it around the boards. Now here's Kirby Dock to the line. Gooley with a shot. Talbot made the save. Casper on the rebound, checked by Newhook. Casper again, kicked it ahead to Raymond, popped it to the line, held in there by Gooley. Caden Gooley swings it into the right circle. Now for Dock. Kirby Dock backhands the puck, popped into the high slot, and the Red Wings with a bouncing puck. Lucas Raymond knocked down by Dock. That puck still inside the Red Wing zone. Raymond finally chopped it out to center ice.
Off to a terrific, terrible start. Kirby Dock were playing much better today. He's a big, tall center iceman, 6'3", about 220 pounds, now 11 goals in the season.
Canadians have had 2 scoring opportunities. Talbot made a couple of saves here in the third period. Still a 2-goal lead for Detroit. Here's Johansson in behind his own goal. Swept it around the right side. DeBrincat slides it out to center ice. Evans backpedaling into his own zone. Chipped it ahead. Here's Caulfield breaking in all alone. He moves in. He shoots, and what a save. A pad save by Talbot. Huge save by the Red Wing netminder right there as Caulfield skated in on the right wing.
You're right. The Canadians had the right guy they wanted in that situation. Wide open down the right side. Here comes DeBrincat quickly back for the Wings.
DeBrincat with a shot. Montembeault the save on the other end of the ice. And both teams trying to score. Teams trading chances right there. And now the Canadians out to center ice will pick it up. Slavkovsky drops it to the trailer. Matheson, he'll float it to the side of Talbot. Talbot hands it off to Sherrod, and behind the Detroit goal he skates.
Yeah, some of the players from respective teams at Caulfield and Montreal are great to scoring at chances. Alex DeBrincat continues his strong play, a good chance as well. He's fourth line on the ice now, puck deep in the Montreal zone.
Swung around the left wing boards, Brendan Gallagher. Pitched it out to center to Matheson. In over the Red Wing line, left circle feed, moving in, a shot, Talbot the save. Gallagher knocked down on the rebound. And it comes out to center ice, and again, another dangerous moment for Montreal.
The Montreal Canadiens now getting their defensemen involved in the offensive zone. That's causing some problems for the Wings.
Have to spend more time in that Montreal end. It's been all Canadians here in the first 6 minutes of the third.
Soderblom heard what you said. He gets the forechecking game going, and now he's got it.
Soderblom now trying to shoot the puck, got it through. Save made by the goaltender Montembeault, and now the puck comes off the boards and back into the Red Wing end.
It's a wasted opportunity. Power move by Soderblom down low, then Michael Rasmussen gets it, and he spins around and just shoots the puck back to the defenseman. He thought he knew where he was. He wasn't there, and that takes the pressure off the Canadians.
4-2 in favor of the Red Wings, and now Berggren offside, and the play whistle down out at center ice. So we've got a pause in the action. 13:36 to play in the third period. Red Wings 4, Montreal 2. This is your home for Detroit Red Wings hockey.
Presenting the Insurance Company Choir.
No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
I'm attorney Mark Bernstein at the Sam Bernstein Law Firm. Tired of the same old song? Call 1-800-CALL-SAM and let us change the insurance company's tune.
Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes.
Call 1-800-CALL-SAM.
Better access means better care. That's why we're making it easier to get the care you need when you need it. More locations, more specialists, exclusive cancer treatments, and the latest clinical trials mean better access to the breakthroughs of tomorrow today. All tailored to give you your best chance. Carmanis Cancer Institute. Your care, our commitment. Find the care you need at carmanis.org.
After beating colon cancer, I'm turning setbacks into comebacks. I am Henry.
I'm pain-free and at full strength after spine surgery. I am Henry.
A life-saving delivery ensured my shift could continue. I am Henry.
When you need care to get you back on your game, trust the only care team chosen as the official team physicians for the Detroit Red Wings. Henry Ford Health.
We are Henry.
Cal Paul Woods, Daniela Bruce with you here in Detroit. Red Wings with a 4-2 lead over Montreal. Berggren and DeBrincat scoring for the Red Wings in the first. Kopp and Larkin in the second. Kopp had a shorthanded goal. Larkin power play tally. Doc and Gooley in the second period for Montreal. Canadians have stepped up their game a little bit here in the third. Cam Talbot has made some big saves, and perhaps one of his biggest saves on that shot by Cole Caulfield.
Sam Montembeault's allowed 4 goals, but again, pretty good save percentage. He's had 36 Red Wing shots so far. Still 15 minutes and change left here in the hockey game. Both teams need the points badly. Canadians win the draw.
0-2 this season against Montreal.
And the defenseman getting involved in the play. Took both Sherrod and Rich Sider to get that puck away, and Montreal gets it back.
In the corner, that's Evans in behind the Red Wing goal. Chopped it around the board, stealing his Berggren. He comes back 2-on-3. Tapped away, and Armia to slip it right back over the Red Wing line, but coming back to intercept Mo Sider.
An underrated, big, powerful finish forward, Joel Armia.
Carrier pinches down low to hold it in to the blue line. Evans stopped it with a skate. Leto tried to take a poke at it. Now Sider in behind the Montreal goal, ripped it up the wing and out to center ice.
The stick out of the hands of Jonathan Berggren. He makes a quick change. He wants fresh players out there every shift they possibly can.
4-2 Red Wings. We're in the third period. 12:40 to go. Here's Evans in the right corner. Watched by 2 Red Wings, Tarasenko and Kopp. It came to the line. Gooley with a shot. That change directions in front and out of play.
Joel Armia down in front battling with Simon Evanson. That's a good break for the Red Wings. That puck stayed up above the crossbar to the protective netting. Another face-off deep in the Red Wing zone.
But Daniela Bruce had an opportunity to talk to Lucas Raymond, and I know he's been scoring a lot in the second half of the season here, but he wants to score more, right?
Yeah, he was talking really about the team's offense as we've seen it dip a little bit on that road trip, but he said that 7-game win streak really gave them something to pull from. They were playing to an identity, figuring out the way that they have to play to beat teams. So getting back to that today was super important to them, and we've seen more of that through the first 2.5 periods of this game. The Red Wings on top 4-2 and creating a little bit more, outshooting the Canadiens 36-23 so far in this game.
And we saw in the opening period, that was really a dominant opening period of play for the Red Wings, but unfortunately they've fallen off a little bit right now. We've got to get back on the attack and play like it did in that opening period.
Much of the action's been in that Red Wing zone here in the third period as Newhook brings it in over the Red Wing line, kicked it over to the left circle, lost it for a moment, now jams it around the end boards. It comes back to the right point. Mike Matheson turned it over to Kopp, and then he didn't clear it out. Quick feed to Doc down low right circle. Newhook tried to cut out in front from the goal line, and deep in the crease, Talbot made the save on him.
Then Cam Talbot's been Red Wings' best player definitely here in the third period.
Kopp races out to center ice, floats it down into the corner in the Montreal zone. Hudson to fire it around the boards. Now off a stick comes out to the Detroit blue line, reaching for Justin Hall. Hammers it off the boards to DeBrincat. He'll softly chip it into the corner in the Montreal end and exit the ice. 11 and a half to go in regulation. 2-goal lead for Detroit, 4-2. First of 3 straight at home for the Red Wings. Now Larkin steals behind the Montreal goal. Turns, fires, tried to go upstairs, and the save made by Montembeault deep in the crease.
What a battle in front that time by rookie Marco Kasper against 2 Montreal defenders.
Kasper holds it in, flips that puck in behind the goal. Now it's turned over. Gustafsson in the slot. Fired it wide of the goal, and Mike Matheson into the corner with a puck watched by 2 wings. One of them Raymond. It came off to the side of the goal. Matheson turns in the corner, lifts it up the right wing, and it comes out to the blue line, and Larkin holds it in. Larkin races into the left circle, shoots the puck, and Montembeault with a save. Loose puck out in front, covered up by Montembeault, and that was another sharp angle shot by Dylan Larkin. Matheson roughing it up a little bit with Elmer Soderblom, and now Raymond in a shoving match with Lane Hudson.
Got to be careful now. Got to make sure you don't pick up the extra minor penalty in this situation. Blood boiling on both sides. Both teams understand the importance of this third period. Good work again with the Larkin line. Down low, winning a battle. Sharp angle shot by Dylan Larkin.
Colorado Avalanche, first wild card team in the Western Conference, 58 points, but not too far back of the leaders in that Central Division.
Yeah, main problem them right now in Valiant Nichushkin. They're back on IR. That's bad news for Colorado, and he had some personal issues. Came back about halfway through this season. He's got 11 goals, 17 points in just 21 games. So they're going to miss him. Winnipeg playing about Adam Lowry as the captain. He's week to week. It's going to hurt them. They won last night 3-2 in overtime against those same Avalanche. And Josh Norris from Ottawa out for about 3 weeks as well.
Red Wings from the draw. Send it around the boards, near corner. Rasmussen floats it around the opposite way to the right point. Sider jams it back in behind the goal to Rasmussen. Not Elmer Soderblom in the left corner. Chipped it out in front. Rasmussen trying to knock it through, and here's a chance out in front, and Fisher scores, and now they're waving it off. I think they're saying goaltender interference here. And this will be no goal, making the call John McIsaac, the referee.
You know, I was thinking just with a doctor order, get that fourth line out there in the offensive zone and start wearing down that Canadian defense. But I think you're going to be exactly right that Micah Rasmussen crashed into the goaltender. Sam Montembeault had no chance to make that save. Wide open net for Christian Fischer. He didn't miss, but I think they will wave it off.
Now a little confab between John McIsaac and Brian Pakmara. The call on the ice was no goal. Well, Fisher fired it in.
Only thing that got the Red Wings aside is that David Savard seemed like he leaned on Michael Samuelson and pushed him that away, but I still think it's going to be waved off.
Give us time to tell you that our locker room interviews all season long are brought to you by McLaren Health, McLaren and the Carmanis Cancer Institute, your best chance.
That's what exactly the Red Wings needed, though. Just get some shifts like that in the offensive zone and put more pressure again on that Montreal group of defensemen.
Todd McClellan leaning over the Red Wing bench to talk to Brian Pakmara. And let's hear downstairs from Brian Pakmara.
Detroit
that there was no goaltender interference on the play.
Well, it's a gamble right here. Tom McClellan challenging the fact that there's no goaltender interference, and we'll see what happens if they don't win this challenge. Then Montreal goes on the power play.
Well, definitely David Savard, the big stay-at-home defenseman, definitely did lean on Michael Rasmussen and pushed him towards Santa Montemo, but Rasmussen definitely had contact with that Montreal goaltender.
1-800-CALL Sam ruling on the ice whether or not this is a good goal, whether or not it's goaltender interference or not.
But the big question mark now is going to be, was it enough of a push by David Savard?
You know, Paul, I'm done trying to guess on these things.
Yeah, it goes either way. Go back and forth, and they've been a little bit inconsistent, especially this year on these calls. In my mind, it's contact, but it definitely was. David Savard did give him a bit of a short cross-check and pushed him towards the Montreal goaltender, so I can see why they're challenging. Yeah,
Rasmussen poked the puck to the pad of Montembeault, and then he was run into by Savard, which in turn he ran into the goaltender Montembeault.
It's a big moment of the hockey game with 10:21 left in regulation time.
Let's get another pair of eyes on this. What did you see, Daniela?
Yeah, this one's close, guys. It's a risky challenge, especially up 2 goals at this point in the game, because as we said, if they lose, Canadians go on the power play, but I could see this one going either way. There was definitely some contact on Rasmussen. It's even kind of tripped up before he got to the net, so maybe they look a little bit at that.
Looked to me like Rasmussen was trying to pull up, and he didn't want to run into the goaltender.
I just don't see it coming back. I hope it does for the Red Wings. Sam Montembeault, the goaltender, but again, that push by Savard, I mean, he definitely knocked his Michael Rasmussen toward his own goaltender, and he knows what he was doing in that situation.
Right, the 1-800-CALL Sam ruling is in. Let's hear from Brian Pochmara.
Reviews determined that there was goaltender interference. There's no goal in the play. Detroit sets the bench fire penalty.
Well, no goal, and as a result of the challenge, the Red Wings will be short a man.
But you try and explain it and say that, well, there was contact. I mean, their guy knocked our guy into your own goaltender. I mean, you can't do that. It wasn't like Rasmussen skated through there himself and had the contact with Santa Montemo. He was pushed in by Savard, but the referees definitely saw, the people back in Toronto definitely saw it differently.
Well, now the challenge is on the Red Wings penalty killers right here. The Red Wings have not given up a power play goal in the contest and skating over to serve the minor penalty for Detroit. That'll be Alex DeBrincat.
Yeah, big moment in the hockey game. Dolan Larkin's out there. He'll take the important draw. Bench Rob Ritza Steidert.
All right, here's Hudson moving in. Pass left circle. Laine fires the shot and actually floated into the corner. Now he gets it again, centers it, intercepting Poleno, and he fires it the length of the ice. Red Wing penalty kill brought to you by Corwell Health. No matter the challenge, their response is always the same: we can.
He missed a couple of games, and again, that's a building conference in Joe Valeno. Tom McClellan puts him out there in a critical situation in the third period.
Canadians have 2 power play goals in their last 3 games. Hudson fumbled the puck that allows Comfer to bring it back shorthanded. He's already have a shorthanded goal from Kopp in the second period. Now he'll just float it down into the corner.
And quietly, JT Conference played a very solid defensive game. He made some good plays.
Canadians pick it up out the center. Skates Caulfield, drops it to Nick Suzuki. Carries in over the Red Wing blue line, moves into the right corner. Fires it around the boards to the left point, held in by Laine. Hudson, right circle, Slavkovsky to Hudson at the middle of the blue line. Slavkovsky playing catch with the puck, moves in, shoots the puck off the stick of Edvinsson, and that one out of play in the corner.
And getting back at disallowed a goal, and again, if I could picture back to the replay again one more time, if you were in that blue paint area, see, that's the other part of it, and you've got to be outside that. If you're inside there and you do make contact, even you hit by the other team's defenseman, they're definitely going to wave it off.
Well, again, the way they've been calling them all season long has been kind of inconsistent, so...
That's an understatement right there.
You take a gamble, but sometimes those gambles pay off. Sometimes they don't.
But again, you have comp to your team. You're up to 2 goals in the third period, and you can shut down the Montreal Canadiens and win the hockey game. It's all up to you.
And this penalty kill, if the Red Wings kill it off, can give the team a little bit of a spark, too. 9:05 to go in regulation, 4-2 lead for Detroit. Canadians on the power play for just 40 more seconds. And here they come. Newhook down the middle over the Red Wing line. Slowed up by Kopp. It comes out to center ice.
That was a great defensive play to stick that time to the veteran center iceman Kopp. Scored a beautiful goal back in the second period.
Winding it up again. Newhook over the Red Wing line to Brendan Gallagher. Steers it behind the Red Wing goal. Sider dished it around the boards. Kopp backhands it out to center ice. Good play by him.
And Joe Valeno right back out there in the second half of this power play for the Canadians.
Not much going on right now for Montreal. 10 seconds to go in their man advantage. 4-2 lead for the Red Wings. Doc knocked off stride and calmly lifting it down the ice. Ben Sherratt on a good solid play.
Good play by Ben Sherratt, the former Canadian. He and Sider head to the bench.
Brinket is let loose. The Red Wings are at full strength. Here's Evans over the Red Wing line. Pulls up, swings it out in front of the Wings goal. Edmondson chipped it out to center ice. Bouncing puck to Brinket. Softly taps it down into the corner. They wave the icing off. Down to 8 minutes to go in regulation. 4-2 Detroit. Errant pass out at center by Montreal. Comes to the Red Wing line. Edmondson floats it to Larkin. And over the line, left circle, flips it in front for Marco Kasper. He's covered, but manages to center it out in front, freezing it with that lobster claw along the ice. Goaltender Sam Montembeault.
He's got nothing to show for it tonight, Marco Kasper, statistically, but he's made some very strong plays in the offensive zone. Another example there to two defenders of Montreal to keep away from the front of the net. That nice little saucer pass by Dylan Larkin down that left side.
Timeout, 7:50 to play in regulation. Red Wings 4, Montreal 2. This is the Detroit Red Wings Radio Network.
To celebrate the Auto Show, Ford has just announced Auto Show Trade Assist Cash. Come check out the 2024 Ford F-150. From workdays to weekends, the F-150 will get the job done. With a great in-stock selection, you're sure to find the perfect F-150 just for you. Returning AZ Plant customers who trade in their vehicle can lease a 2024 Ford F-150 XLT 4x4 Super Crew for $399 a month for 24 months, with $3,069 due at signing. Payment includes waive security deposit, excludes title, taxes, and license fees. Not all lessees will qualify for Ford Credit Red Carpet Low Mileage Lease. Payment includes $1,000 RCL cash, $2,500 Open Trade Assist, and $500 Auto Show Trade Assist cash. Offer ends February 3rd. See dealer for qualifications and complete details. Some exclusions may apply. So get to your Southeast Michigan Ford dealer today and take advantage of this $399 F-150 lease offer before it ends.
When it comes to Coney's, nobody does it better than National Coney Island. With convenient locations throughout Metro Detroit to serve you, National has been a part of Detroit since 1965. And they're not just about Coney's. Bring in the family for some delicious chili fries, or pancakes, or a hand-dipped chocolate shake. They're all about the food you crave, and about being fast, fresh, and friendly at your local National Coney Island restaurant.
Red Wings have scored 4 goals, and every time they score a goal this season, it's a DTE Energy Light the Lamp goal. 4-2 in favor of the Red Wings. Wings killed off a penalty, and now they have the face-off where they want it deep in the Montreal zone. Circle to the right of Sam Montembeault. Wings have fired 39 shots at him in the hockey game. Canadiens 24 on Talbot. Armia waits for Anderson to get onside, flips it now to Evans with a chance trying to go upstairs. Short side came right out in front after Talbot made the save. Another shot by Carrier, that one wide to the right side goal post. Opportunities by Montreal. Carrier couldn't hold it in at the line, bounced off his stick, foot race to the puck. Carrier gets there first before Kopp.
Those third and fourth lines really causing lots of problems. The Red Wings here to come again, led by Josh Anderson.
Anderson to the trailer, Armia with a shot, and that one ends up off the glass into the corner. Carrier checked and bumped in along the boards by Tarasenko and now Gustafsson.
The big, strong power forwards out there right now for Canadians.
Wings intercept. Kopp lays it ahead to Brinket. Wings are in the middle of a change. To Brinket, chop that puck slowly into the corner in the Montreal zone. Larkin off the bench on a change, picks it up, shoots the puck. That one's off a stick and wide of the goal. Joel Armia swept the puck around the boards, pinching in to Sherratt. Dumps it behind the net to Lucas Raymond in the Montreal zone. Raymond cuts to the circle, shot the puck, big rebound, comes over to the right side of the ice, and Sider to float it in behind the goal to Dylan Larkin. Larkin twisting and turning, moves into the right circle. Hanging on, shoots the puck. Montembeault made the save. In behind the net. Kasper fights for possession. Now Raymond got it for Detroit. It's all Detroit right now as Raymond moves away from Caden Goulet. Skates all the way in the middle of the blue line, backhands it right circle. Kasper on the attack, and now it's off his stick, comes out to center ice.
It's the best shift of the game in the last 2 periods for Detroit. Just outstanding work for the Red Wings top line.
Here's Raymond up across the line, has an opening, cuts over to the right circle, moves in, shoots the puck. Montembeault to save, rebound chance, 2 chances by Comfer. Montembeault is down, and the puck is in the left circle. Oh, the Red Wings couldn't put it in. They had a couple of chances there, and now Berggren off the bench on a change. Pitches it back on the line, but it's off the stick of Johansson. And now he waits for his team to get onside and pumps it into the Montreal end.
Definitely the best sequence of the game for goaltender Sam Montembeault. Good fortune by Joe Veleno. Gets it away from Michael Matheson. The Canadiens will get it out. Here comes Lane Hudson.
Tell you what, that Montembeault gives up some big, juicy rebounds.
Made some big saves, though. What a great effort that was by Lucas Raymond. Very long and a grueling shift for the Red Wings. The top line almost put the game away.
5.5 to go in regulation. 4-2 Detroit. Here's Veleno. He's hit hard by Lane Hudson along the boards. Interfered with 2, and Hudson's going to get a penalty.
It's a mistake that time for the rookie defenseman Lane Hudson. Good power move by Joe Veleno. Kept them legs moving down the right side. Draws the minor penalties. Even if they don't score in the power play, they take 2 very important minutes off the clock.
Well, the lethal power play for the Red Wings. They've scored 41 power play goals this season. We'll see it coming up next. 4-2 Detroit. This is your home for Detroit Red Wings hockey.
You just slept on it funny. I think it's supposed to be that color. It's probably just something you ate. That'll clear right up with some aloe. Some chicken soup will have you back on your feet in no time. Not sure. But Mom will probably know.
Don't rely on guesswork. For 85 years, Blue Cross has been providing Michiganders with access to the care and resources they need, and will be ready to help for the next 85 years.
At Corewell Health, we know time doesn't heal all wounds. Hard work, innovation, and we do. We're fighting cancer with proton therapy and music therapy. We're turning back the clock on Parkinson's.
Produce, picked for precise freshness. Beautifully marbled, beyond brag-worthy certified Angus beef. And more must-have money-saving MPerks rewards. Because saving more on local favorites is good. But bringing home more of what you love in every trip, that's the good life. We do more to make life a good deal better at Meijer.
Off for interference. Interfering with Joe Veleno at 14:35. Red Wing power play brought to you by Carbless. Preferred ready-to-drink cocktail of your Detroit Red Wings. Larkin scored a power play goal already in the second period for Detroit. Kopp a shorthanded goal. The other 2 goals the first period. Berggren and DeBrincat, they were 5-on-5 goals. And now we've got the face-off deep in the Montreal end.
JT Carver just can't believe it. Those are 2 amazing saves by a diving Sam Montembeault to keep the Canadiens in the game.
Elected to add an insurance marker here late in the third period. Puck is delivered by the Canadiens out to center ice. DeBrincat shot it into his own zone on the stick of Seider. DeBrincat to the trailer Larkin. Off his stick, he'll cycle back to his own blue line to wind up again. Hands it back to Lucas Raymond. Now he'll skate out to the Red Wing logo at center. Skates over the Montreal line into the right circle. Pass intended for Larkin in the slot, deflected into the corner. DeBrincat shovels it down low. Raymond popped it to the boards. Hustling after it, Seider wrapped it around the end boards into the corner now for Tarasenko. Tarasenko chopped it up the wing. Dylan Larkin, and it was knocked away and out to center ice by Evans.
And there's that play again by Vladimir Tarasenko, just putting it to an area. Here comes a Raymond, quickly back down the left side.
Raymond moves it in front for Dylan Larkin with a shot, and Montembeault made the save in a kneeling position in the goal crease.
You know, I mentioned those chances by J.T. Comper and great diving saves by Montembeault, but it was actually Lucas Raymond who had the initial scoring chance, got the Canadiens running and scrambling around back in their own zone. But what an amazing player he's becoming. When you watch who brings the puck up the ice on the power play, then you understand who the most important player is. It's Lucas Raymond now, bringing it up across the other team's line. He makes so many good plays inside that blue line. He rarely turns it over.
Second unit out there for Tom McClellan's club. Minute to go in the Red Wing man advantage. Canadiens win the draw and fired all the way down the ice. Time becoming a factor. 4:20 to play in regulation. 4-2 Detroit. Red Wings never trailing in this hockey game as Rasmussen lost it in his skates at center ice. Now regains possession. Hammered into the corner off the glass into the Montreal zone. Wings dig it loose, swing it around the boards. Christian Dvorak, first man to the puck, picks it up in stride, slides it out to center, in over the blue line. That's Dvorak. Sliding it over, one-time shot by Hudson. That one wide of the goal. The rebound skips away from Dvorak. Kopp will pick it up for the Red Wings. And now Berggren circles back into the corner. 10 seconds left in the minor penalty to Montreal. 4-2 Detroit. 3.5 to play in regulation. Here comes Kopp racing out to center ice. In over the blue line. Slides it in behind the Montreal goal. Matheson will dump it Around the near side, out of the box is Hudson. And the Canadians are at full strength. We'll keep an eye on Montembeault to see when he's pulled for the extra attacker with time winding down here in the third. Jake Evans over the Red Wing line, pushes it now right side. Slavkovsky with a shot, low to the ice, and freezing it along the right goal post. Goaltender Cam Talbot.
And hard work again by Jake Evans, played one of the most underrated fourth-line center icemen in the National Hockey League, weaving through the neutral zone. He got it over Slavkovsky, and Slavkovsky, the Red Wings a favorite, just backhanded it slowly towards Cam Talbot, who made a very easy glove save.
All right, let's select our hardest working player, brought to you by Carhartt, proud to support Red Wing hockey and all the hardworking people who make it possible.
Not a player, it's only about a team, and the Columbus Blue Jackets fit that description. Amazing 53 points in the season, the number one wild card before tonight's action. They're trailing Carolina, but so many injured players. They lost Johnny Gaudreau tragically in the summertime. Patrick Laine got declared away. I'm not quite sure how they did the Columbus Blue Jackets. Right now, a playoff team in the Eastern Conference.
Extra attacker on for Montreal. They win the face-off in the Red Wing zone. 6 attackers on the ice. 2-goal lead for Detroit. Matheson with a low shot off the outside of the goal post, off the glass, and out of play.
He still leads the team in ice time, game in, game out. Michael Matheson, underrated defenseman. We got him from the Florida Panthers as well. That was a rocket from right to side and off the outside the post, as you described.
All of our critical face-offs and overtimes during the course of the season, brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. Confidence comes with every card.
And because they're great this season so far and somehow get themselves in the playoffs, Dean Evanson could win Coach of the Year. Don Waddell, the general manager, GM of the Year. They're playing right now with a Boone Jenner, Yegor Chinakhov, Sean Monahan, Cole Sillinger, Eric and Branson. I mentioned Laine and Gaudreau back there. How do they do with the Columbus Blue Jackets? Another classic example. It's not about the individual, only about the team.
Canadians win the draw. Hudson from the middle of the blue line. He's the quarterback here. Not a Matheson, right point. Not a Hudson, middle of the blue line. Laine is parking himself over on the outside rim of the left circle. Wings are watching him. Matheson, shot block, rebound. Sider fires it into the corner. Laine to intercept it. Play it to the left circle. Shot blocked from Hudson. Laine in the corner to the blue line. Matheson. Stutter step move, fanned on the shot, circles back, controls at the right point. Now got it to Hudson again, his shot, that's deflected out of play off the stick of Dylan Larkin.
Dylan's got a goal and assist in the hockey game. Sound defensive work by him. Good work by the 5 defenders out there for the Wings against 6 of the players for Montreal Canadiens. Still plenty of time for Montreal, and both teams make wholesale line changes.
And 2:10 left to play here in regulation. Critical face-off, circle to the right of Cam Talbot. He's made some big stops for the Red Wings, and it's brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. Confidence comes with every card.
And the Wings huddle up. JT Compton's going to take this very important to face-off, the right of Cam Talbot, and Cam Talbot saved his best hockey here for the third period.
4-2 Detroit, 2:10 to go. Extra attack around for Montreal. They win the face-off again. Punch it down low, Gallagher in the corner. Left circle feed, Doc to the blue line. Here's Carrier with a shot, tipped away by Johansson into the corner. Doc will pick it up again, skate slowly to the blue line. Here it down low into the corner. Gallagher with a feed to Newhook, spins away from a check, backhands it wide of the goal. Gallagher dug it loose, got it to Kirby Doc in the right corner, chasing him down Comfort. Doc squeezed it back on the line. Here's Carrier to Doc, left circle in the Red Wing zone, got it in the slot. Newhook with a shot. Talbot gives up no rebound with Gallagher on the doorstep. And every time I look at Brendan Gallagher, I think of all the times he scored those dirty goals in front.
Yeah, he definitely pays the price when the opposing team's goal. That was a smart play by Kirby Doc down low. He's got 2 points in the hockey game. Looked like he was going to go over the net with it. That draws the defenders back down. Then he put it back up, and Alex Newhook got a lot on that shot. Another big save by Cam Talbot.
Another critical face-off, circle to the right of Cam Talbot in the Red Wing zone, brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. Confidence comes with every card. Christian Dvorak bent over at the waist. Larkin kicked it back. It stays in the circle, and finally it's turned over by Raymond. Dvorak intercepted it, laid it to the line to Caden Gooley. Taking his time, floats it to Kirby Doc, outside rim of the left circle, punched it to Gallagher, in front, a one-time shot, save made by Talbot. Now it's dug loose by Raymond, and he'll flip it all the way down the ice. And this one bounces to the right side of that empty Montreal goal. Icing called against Detroit.
Takes a lot of nerve here, Lucas Raymond, to do that. Now he's waving it to Cam Talbot. Talbot's going to put that big glove on top of the puck, get a face-off. And Raymond said, no, I can handle it. I'll get it out, but it's the same result. Icing call. Another important face-off, this time coming up on the left of goaltender Talbot.
1 minute, 10 seconds remaining. 2-goal lead for Detroit. Larkin in the circle, and he is going against Suzuki. They tackle each other to the ice. Larkin choking down on the stick, finally dug loose by Montreal. And the play whistled down, and we've got a penalty call for high sticking, or was the puck knocked down with a high stick?
No, it's high sticking. You're going to see Ben Chirot bleeding right now. Montreal Canadiens pick up a minor penalty in the offensive zone.
What a break for Detroit right here, and looks like Slabkovsky's the guilty party as he slowly makes his way into the penalty box.
Well, that's not a good play by that young forward.
And between the pipes now is the goaltender Montembeault as the faceoff moves all the way down the ice, circle to the right of the goaltender.
And Red Wing atop of players did a good job of closing things out. Still 104 left, but now they've got the situation definitely favors the Red Wings, but good work by Dylan Larkin, Rich Sider, Ben Chirot, all those guys defensively in front of goaltender Talbot.
Red Wings on the power play again. This power play brought to you by Carbliss, the preferred ready-to-drink cocktail of your Detroit Red Wings.
Well, it takes great endurance. Just keep going back out there every shift like that, going down the stretch, and just not the endurance part, the pressure that comes with it.
Top Tarasenko to brink it up front with Chirot and Sider on the blue line. Wings with a draw. It comes over to Chirot at the blue line. Sider rolls it down low to Tarasenko, minute to go in the game. 2-goal lead for the Red Wings. Right on the power play. Shot taken by Sider. Got through. Montembeault the save. Rebound Matheson. Matheson up the right side. Brings it out to center ice. Skates in over the Red Wing blue line. Shoots the puck, and that one's wide of the goal. Montembeault not leaving for the other attacker as the puck comes to the blue line. Armia shovels it into the corner off a stick to brink it to pick it up for the Wings. Slide it off the boards to Ben Chirot. Half a minute to go in the game. 4-2 Detroit. Red Wings looking to pick up the 2 points. Give them 49 on the season. And they're 20 seconds away from that. Into the corner, Sider popped it around the boards. Not a lot of pursuit by Montreal. They know they're beat. Crowd cheering here in Detroit as Chirot tapped it out to Tarasenko at center ice. Flips it ahead, give and go. Here's to brink it over the Montreal line to Tarasenko with a shot. It's blocked. Brinkett slides it over to the far wing. There goes the horn, and the game is over. Red Wings pick up the 2 points and knock off the Canadiens 4-2 in Hockeytown tonight.
And a big victory at home for Todd McLellan. His team moved 2 more points in the standings, now up to 49 points in the season. Jumped past the Pittsburgh Penguins in the Eastern Conference standings, and now just 3 points out of a playoff spot in the Eastern Conference. So good job of the Red Wings and their coaching staff.
How about Cam Talbot in that third period? He made some big saves, especially early on, and perhaps the best opportunity was that chance by Cole Coffey.
I think really actually the Montreal Canadiens probably played good for about 30 minutes to start that second period, 10 minutes into the third period. Then all of a sudden the Red Wings woke back up and started playing much better. Had a lot of good